The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Noble County Fair in beautiful Caldwell, Ohio. It is a nice, balmy, sunny 93 degrees. It is a nice, balmy, sunny 93 degrees. Balmy, sunny 93 degrees. This horse is back to Caldwell today, so one of the feature races on the card. We've got great undercard, really nice horses. We've got some equine. We've even got wagering over here. Got nice pari-mutuel wagering. Just a nice place to be. This Noble Fair. The racetrack's right in the middle of the football field for the local high school.
You got to love the football field, and you got to love the baseball field and the softball field.
Yeah, I mean, it's we've seen all kinds of things in the infield. We've had cars, demolition derbies, Ferris wheels, and this one we have sports facilities in the infield. So
I'm going to get some changes here. Let me go to our announcer.
Skip ahead all the way to the fifth race. Number 1, Impactful Stretch. Christian Myers will do the driving. Christian Myers on the 1. On number 5, Fast Dancin', John Hochstetler. The trainer will drive number 5 in race 5. Race 7, driver to be announced on number 4, Our Aurora. Driver to be announced on the 4, Our Aurora. And lastly, in race, next to lastly, I should say, race 8, make the driver of the 3, John Lemon. Derek Wadaker will drive. And then turn to the last race, race number 9. Make the driver of the 3, Hillbilly Fairy Tale, Christian Myers. Christian Myers will drive the 3. Number 4, driver Brady Clemens. Brady Clemens on the 4. We've got a couple minutes to post yet. We're still waiting on the ambulance.
Okay, there you go. We got those changes. I did not get all of them, so I'm going to go up to the booth to get. I did not get all of them. I'm going up to the booth to get the last couple, but if you want to go over the ones that you did get.
Yeah. So. 5-horse Fast Dancing, John Hostetler. Trainer John Hostetler will get in the sulky on the 5, Fast Dancing in race number 5. Takes us all the way to race number 7. We have a TBD on our Aurora, on the 4-horse, our Aurora. Currently, we are looking for a driver. That will be a TBD. Takes us to race number 8. Number 3, John Lennon, make the driver, Derek Wadaker. Derek Wadaker will drive the 3-horse in the race number 8, John Lennon. Takes us to race number 9, our getaway free for all feature, the 3-horse Hillbilly Fairy Tale, make the driver, Christian Myers. David Myers will not be here. His nephew, Christian Myers, will be in the sulky for his father, Charles Myers. The 4-horse Firo, make the driver, Brady Clemens. Brady Clemens, his mom is sitting next to me, will be driving the 4, Fiero, in race number 9, and that is your changes. Did you get anything prior to the first or second race?
No, just those. You've got them all, so we're still waiting on an ambulance. And Don, if you just want to keep talking, I'll get to those in just a second because I've got to go take care of one other thing. So.
Dustin Arled's table. We need a driver right away on our Aurora. I think they're going to go ahead and water the track now before the races. We're waiting on the ambulance. They might as well water the track before the races.
Special guest with us today, though. What we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit. Every now and then we pull some people in from the outside to get an outside perspective, and we are blessed today to have Brady Clemens' mom with us. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing awesome. Do you pretty much come to all the races that Brady participates in? Or?
I try to, or I listen to you on my phone.
Okay, good. So tell us, where do you live at? Where are you located at? Where's home for you?
Malta.
Malta, Ohio. Okay, so for like Malta, basically most of the Southern Valley circuit.
Yes.
And you get to, okay. And I remember Roger when we were at Carrollton this year. He was telling me a little bit about your family. And I don't have the greatest memory in the world, but I believe it's something with the Lowe's or grandparents or
My
something?
dad was Dwayne Lowe.
Dwayne Lowe, okay, very good. Okay. And Mike would be your brother?
No, my cousin.
Cousin, okay, gotcha, okay. So my grassroots are from the Meadows. So Dwayne used to race at the Meadows when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. So that's awesome. That's very good. And when you're not watching Brady, what does Mrs. Clemens do for a living or fun?
I'm a postmaster. That's all I do.
That's
6 days
even
a
better.
week.
So all the people in Malta, Ohio, if you get your mail on time, it's because she's working hard in the daytime and getting you all this stuff there, which is awesome. Now, Brady, where is he stabled at? Because I know he has his own horses too, doesn't he?
Eric Ness Road in Waterford. He trains down there.
Okay, so him and Eric kind of work together, right? And they have a couple really good horses this year too, don't they? What's the top horse in the stable? I know this horse. It's very good.
Jurassic Caddy.
Jurassic Caddy. So Jurassic Caddy, for everyone listening, this is one of our top fillies, actually one of the top 2 fillies trotters in Ohio. But I would even go a step further. I think she might be one of the top handful of fillies in the U.S. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal. Is there any projections? Do you know, does Brady or Eric said anything what they plan on doing with her?
Well, the owner is right down there. You could talk to him.
I got you. Okay, very good. I think she's going to make a great broodmare, a good horse to sell for sure for somebody in the open circuit. But she's been phenomenal to watch, and we've really enjoyed her. Do they have any 2-year-olds that really haven't started yet or anything like that, that we should be looking out for?
They have a couple out in the field. Hopefully better 3-year-olds.
Okay, good. Good. And how many does Brady and Eric kind of work with? How many horses do they have?
I think they have 8.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I see him all the time on the circuit. He's a great young man. When I say hi to him, he's always very respectful. So you've raised a great young man there for sure. And he's been very good at the fair circuit too.
Yes.
I can't remember the horse. I don't know if this horse is in today or not, but there was a good trotter too that I think was 7 for 7, first or second.
Jailhouse Pearl.
Jailhouse Pearl, exactly. She must be very. There she is. She isn't today. She's in today's 6th race. This horse is 7 for 7, first or second, and this is owned by Casey Clemens. Is that
Casey's dad?
Casey's dad. Okay, so Casey's dad, which in my household, everything that's mine is my wife's. So is it safe to assume this is partially your horse? Okay, very good. Well, Jailhouse Pearl certainly has done a great job, 7 for 7, so we're very excited about that horse for sure. Sorry for the noise in the background. We have the water truck going through right now, just to put a little bit of water on the track, just to keep it kind of going and everything. Again, we've got a very hot day over here today. Now, when you're here today watching your son, do you also like to bet?
Yes.
You do? Okay, good. Do you have any tips for us today? Have you looked at the program? I know prior to getting here,
No.
you had a little problem getting your program, but
Haven't looked at it yet.
you haven't looked at it yet. Okay, no problem. Well, if you do have some tips for us, certainly bring them on later on. But I think, like you just told me earlier, Jailhouse Pearl's a winner, right?
Yes.
And you're going to have your $2 to win on Jailhouse Pearl. Excellent. Very good. That's wonderful. Well, thank you very much for coming by, telling us a little about the Nesselrod and Clemens stable. Best of luck to your son today, and best of luck in your wagering.
Thank you.
That was Mrs. Clemens, everyone, giving us some insight.
Nah, we just had a little. We just had a little bit of a delay there.
Hey,
Just
it's all good.
user error, but we got it fixed now. So I'm gonna need a little time between races to get everything straightened out here. I got them.
No problem.
Created kind of like a mess here, but hey, you got to thank the ambulance though for not being here. Gave me a little extra time to get this all done.
There's a silver lining in everything, isn't
There's
there?
a reason. There
Yeah.
is a reason for all of this.
And I see the United ambulance, so things are working out.
Yeah, they said they're on the grounds.
Yeah. Perfect.
What do you think? It's going to rain? Oh, it's about to leave again. Oh, let's see. What do we got here?
Quickest way to get on the track, park right there.
Let's see. Da. And they're waiting for one more water to go around, and then they will finish watering, and then they will be ready to call them out for the race.
We're about 15 minutes behind schedule, but once we get rolling, Hill, we'll
not
roll
too
right
bad.
along. Nah, we'll be fine. We've got plenty of time to get all 9 in here for you today. Again, just a beautiful day over here. We don't have many more of these dog days of summer with nice hot temperatures, so enjoy them while you can because old man winter sneaks up quicker than you'd believe. Current look at the tote board for you guys here. The 2-horse Rose Run Zach, Derek Wadaker, currently your 3 to 5 favorite. Second choice now is Dragon Medicine, who will start from the second tier. This horse has been very much a stalwart on this circuit this year. 6 of 14, $26,000 banked, mark of 55 over at Scioto. I really think this Earl Owings trainee is going to do very similar to another horse out of the Owings barn that moved forward great as a 4-year-old. Name's escaping me right now, but Earl does a good job. Once these horses finish up on a fair circuit, they work right into the overnights at Scioto Downs for sure.
Attention in the barn area, attention in the barn area. The ambulance has arrived. The water truck is finishing up their lap on the track. You can bring the horses out to the track for race 1. Once again,
Well, it looks like we're very close to getting ready to roll here, Don.
Yes, sir. For those of you who are just joining us, we are on a slight delay. We had an ambulance that was tardy in showing up. It is here, and we are operational. We'll be post-braiding here shortly. Give you some changes again in your program. No changes in the first. We'll go as programmed. Race number 2, 4-horse IB Cream. Make the driver Alex Hawk. Alex Hawk will drive the 4-horse IB Cream in race number 2. Takes us to race number 5, the 1-horse Impactful Stretch. Make the driver Christian Myers. Christian Myers will drive the 1 Impactful Stretch. In that same 5th race, the 5-horse Fast Dancing. Make the driver trainer John Hostetler. John Hostetler will jump into the sulky as well. Race number 7, we still got a TBD on the 4-horse R Aurora. R Aurora, we will have a TBD on that horse. Takes us to race number 8, the 3-horse John Lemon. Make the driver Derek Wadaker. Derek Wadaker will drive the 3-horse John Lemon. Race number 9, we've got 2 driver changes for you. Hillbilly Fairy Tale, make the driver Christian Myers. Charlie Myers' son, Christian Myers, will drive the 3-horse Hillbilly Fairy Tale. The 4-horse Free Fierro, make the driver Brady Clemens. Brady Clemens will drive the 4-horse Fierro in today's getaway featured 9th race. Our track. So they're starting to call the horses for the first race to the track. Our all-age our track record was accomplished here last year, August 28th, 156-2 by Hillbilly Payson Hill, trained by Charlie Myers, driven by Lucas Myers that day. Our trot, the horse was Father Time. Mike Lowe trained and drove that horse last year as well to 2 minutes flat. So that is the mark we have to beat today. If we have a diagonal gated trotter go faster than 2 minutes, they will be the new track record over here at Caldwell. So just some information on the fair. The racetrack scores 5 across here. Any other horse would trail.
Well, while we're waiting, one thing I want to say is I was back in the barns today, and the horsemen want to thank the Noble County Fair Board for the work that they did in the barns this past year. They put new fans in, they did new wood, new stalls, and the horsemen there are just, they just said, if you see anybody over there from the Fair Board, please tell them thank you for everything that they did in the barns this year. So the horsemen are very grateful to the Fair Board for everything they did. I want to make sure I did not forget that today.
Yeah, each track is different. Some of these racetracks, we have the barns right behind us, and actually sometimes it feels like the horses are in between us, Frank. This place is a little bit different. This is much like Lisbon. Our barn area is down over the hill over in the corner, so we have no interaction from the fans or anything here. So it's nice to hear that the barn areas were improved. I know everybody's really happy about that.
Plus, they got brand new lights here, and they're talking about maybe next year pushing start time back a little bit to 6 or 7 o'clock because of the new lights.
Perfect. That sounds great.
So another thing that the fair has done here to make things nice for the horsemen.
We've got horses on the track now. We've got a Wokenberg starting gate moving. It looks like we're getting closer to giving you a post parade over here. And we'll get the show on the road, as they say. We've got 9 action-packed races for you. Some really good horse flesh racing today, Frank. So we're going to have a lot of fun bringing you each one of these races. We'll break them down as we get them.
I'll make sure I get all the changes into our graphics for everybody.
We've got plenty of programs over here, too. So if someone needs programs, come right up in the middle over by our stand. You'll see a nice young lady that has programs to hand out, give to you. We've got a great crowd on hand today. We've got a good 100 people plus over here in the grandstands. Looks like we've got a nice group here today. Hopefully going to continue wagering. Looks like we got some good wagering dollars up on the tote board.
And for those folks that want to follow along, you can go to harnessracingohio.com. The programs are there.
Position order for the post parade, please.
They are getting ready for that first post parade.
I count 6, and I'm a finance professor, so we should be ready.
Once again, gentlemen, go to post position order for the post parade, please. We got number 3 and number 4 coming up on the back stretch. They're coming into the turn now, so please get them in order.
Now they're working hard to get everybody in order to start the show tonight.
And I think we're there. I think I see, I think everybody's in order right now. Send up to the track announcer.
Their horses are on the track for the first race apace. A purse of $6,140. First division, 3-year-old Colts and Geldings. Number 1 is Colton's Charm, owned and trained by Gerald Lee Jr. Christian Myers is in the bike. Number 2 is Rose Run Zach, owned by Wadaker Law Racing. Derek Wadaker trains and drives. 3 is Ferguson, owned by Melrose Stables. John Ryan Melsheimer trains and drives. The 4 is Cruiser with class. Charlie Neff does the owning, training, and driving. 5 is Lucky Lad, owned by Susan Offenberger. Eric Nesselrode does the training. Brady Clemens the driving. Rounding out the field is the 6, starting from the second tier. That is Dragon on Medicine, owned by Richard Owings. Earl Owings trains. Alex Hawk is in the bike. Early daily double, races 1 and 2, win, place, show, trifecta, Quinella, wagering here. Get the
So there is your post parade for the first.
Let's dig a little deeper into this field for you. The 1 horse, Colton's Charm. Gerald Lee Jr. owns and trains this 3-year-old gelding by Nob Hill. Christian Myers in the sulky today. Nice record, 22 starts this win, 4 wins, 4 seconds, 5 thirds, 13 of 22 on the board, 30,000 in earnings, a mark of 56 and 2, has the coveted pole position and one of the main factors today.
The number 2 is Rose Run Zach. Derek Wadaker drives, trains for Wadaker Law Racing. This horse is by the Ponderosa. This year, 12 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. Earnings over $17,000. Has hit the board in 6 straight, with 3 out of the 4 last races have been wins. Currently sits 15th in the Ohio Fair Championships point standings.
3 horse Ferguson, currently 5-2 today, was programmed 8-1. The most lightly raced horse in the only group, one win in 4 starts, but that was a score at 53 and 4 at Scioto Downs, 3 back, and that's the fastest mark in the race. This 3-year-old of Racing Hill looks like has brought along very nice and slowly. Showed a couple breaks at the bottom of the card. Shows some front-running efforts. Don't sell this one too short. John Ryan Melsheimer does train and drive.
The number 4 is Cruiser with Class. Charles Neff drives and trains. He is also the owner of this Yankee Cruiser out of Classy but Sassy. 15 starts, has hit the board in 10, 4 wins, 5 seconds, and a third. Earnings over $37,000. Was lightly raced as a 2-year-old, making just 2 starts. Currently sits 9th in the point standings.
5-horse Lucky Lad. Eric Nesselrod trains. Brady Clemens drives for Susan Offenberg. This horse is 1 for 9 on the season, little shy of $8,000 in earnings with a mark of 56-4 at Scioto Downs. Last time at Woodsfield did finish 4th. Prior to that, 2 back at Rock Springs was 5th after making a miscue in the final turn. Currently 8-1 on a tote board.
And the number 6 is Dragon Medicine. Alex Hawk drives for Earl Owings as Fear the Dragon is out of the Jenna Beach Boy mare Modern Medicine. Richard Owings is the owner. 6 starts, 6 wins and 14 starts, 6th in the point standings. Let's send it up to Ken Trupani.
Field 4, race 1 at the head of the stretch. They're approaching the start. Here they come. They're off at pacing. Ferguson tries for the early lead. It's the center of the track, Cruiser with Class. Down along the inside is Colton's Charm. As they go around that turn, a little bit rough there in the turn. Went the 6, Dragon Medicine from that second tier. Back on the outside now, settling into 4th, Rose Run Zach. On the outside now, off stride Ferguson. Ferguson made a break. Back on the outside there in last. Also off stride, Dragon Medicine is now back pacing as they motor to that quarter-mile pole. So a lively and interesting first quarter here. In 30 and 2 to that first quarter marker. Colton's Charm shows the way. Cruiser with Class in second. Back on the inside there, we come back in 3rd to Lucky Lad. In 4th is Rose Run Zach. And now moving up into 5th is Dragon Medicine. It's still off stride at the back of the pack is Ferguson as they motor in front of the grandstands. Here in race 1, Colton's Charm showing the way. Cruiser with Class in 2nd, 3rd, Lucky Lad. 4th to Rose Run Zach.
1 and 4/5.
1 minute and 4/5. Then back in 5th is Dragon Medicine. And way back to Ferguson, who trails as they motor around that 3rd turn and head to the backstretch the final time in the 1st. Colton's Charm showing the way by a length and a half. Cruiser with Class in 2nd. Up on the outside now 3rd. Here comes Derek Wadaker and Rose Run Zach stalking up on the outside. 4th to the inside, Lucky Lad. Then 5th and looking to the outside, Dragon Medicine. And that one's on the move. And way back, 1:30 and 3, way back to Ferguson, 1:30 and 3 to 3/4. Colton's Charm still showing the way. Cruiser with Class 2nd. 3rd on the outside, Rose Run Zach still hammering away there as they come for home. Colton's Charm, Christian Myers with the lead by 2, by 3. It's all Colton's Charm. Gonna go coast to coast in the 1st. Tight on the line for 2nd. It looks like Dragon Medicine came up the inside. 3rd to Cruiser with Class. Rose Run Zach 4th.
2 flat.
2 minutes flat here in the 1st.
Race number 1, unofficial, 164. We had a lot of action early on there with the 3-horse Ferguson, who took the early command but did make a break and did not factor in. Also caused a break by Dragon Medicine, who did get back down pace and photoed for 2nd. I'm pretty sure it does show 2nd. Not sure if the judges are going to look at that, talk to anyone at the barn or anything, but we had a lot of action in that first quarter. But no doubt about the winner, perfectly piloted. Colton's Charm, young Christian Myers, ceded the lead early up the backside, never let it go. A couple times Cruiser with Clash challenged that one. It was rebuffed on each time, opened up daylight in the lane, and won easily at a nice.
See here, find it. What are you looking at?
Tickets here in race 1, 1642, unofficial.
What do you want to see?
Just the first turn.
All right.
Alex almost fell off the bike.
I didn't see it. I was.
You didn't see that?
No, I was. Well, I saw it.
Watch what he does. He literally has to pull himself back onto the horse. He's about ready to fall off. He hits that
Oh, he hit the hail bale, yep.
See, he's about
Wow.
ready to fall off. He's falling off. He pulls himself back up. Right there. Okay. I just want to make sure no one. He didn't interfere with anybody.
Yeah, that was just his own.
Race, so they're able to use our video to make decisions and determinations of the outcome of the event.
Yeah, they were looking at Alex Hawk, who kind of hit the bale down there. You can see, I'll take a look at, you can see the hail bale has been kind of, you can see the hay bale there, how he hit it and broke it in half and almost fell out of the bike. That's what they came down to look at and make sure nobody had taken him into the bale, and it did not appear that anybody did.
A lot of action, exciting race, and here's our winner into the winner's circle, Frank. Colton's Charm.
Turning track side here in race 1 is the one, Colton's Charm. The three-wheel being held in by Knob Hill High out of the Real Artist mare, Judy's Prime Time. Formed and trained by Gerald Lee from Cole Center, Pennsylvania. Christian Meyer is getting the winning drive, coast to coast here in the first in 2 minutes flat for Colton's Charm, 5th career win. Race 1 sponsored by Gardner's Horseshoeing with the blanket presentation.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your winner. We'll get the rundown here from Ken Turpenny in just a minute. Number 1, nice 11-1 price there, Don.
Yeah, nice overlay, 7-2 on Morning Line. This horse had a great record so far in the meet too. 30,000 in earnings. Now pads that to 33,000. But nice effort. Got a nice ovation from the crowd here too. Their judges are still looking into all this to see exactly what they're doing.
Wonder if they'll be back down again.
Possibly could. You do not know. Unofficial 164 as they cross the wire.
Brad Conrad, our photographer today.
Horsemen, make sure you get your horses to the track in a timely manner here. Race 2 coming up next. Make sure you get those horses to the track.
Rest of our crew. John Winkleman's our speed superintendent. Bill Creighton is our presiding judge, our clerk and charter. Rod Newhart and the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate today. Now, one of the things about this place is everybody worries about here we go with the order of finish.
1, Colton's Charm, your race winner. Rose Run Zach was 4th. Ferguson was 6th. Cruiser with Class 3rd. Lucky Lad 5th. Dragon Medicine 2nd. Top down 1, 4, 6. 3, 5, 2 on the bottom. 2 minutes flat for Colton's Charm. We flip over to race 2 now, and it's going.
So there you go. That's the first race in the books. We'll take a break, and then when we come back, we will have our second right after this.
In race 2, make the driver of the 4.
Located in southeastern Ohio, Noble is the youngest and one of the smallest counties in the entire state. Formed from parts of surrounding areas, Noble was officially founded in 1851. Just 1 year later, the annual Noble County Fair would begin. It quickly became one of the most attended events in the area. There were 2 big attractions in the early years of the Noble County Fair. Hot air balloons were popular when the fair was still held in Sarahsville. Records show that races were held and parachuters would leap from the flying balloons. Animals such as dogs and monkeys would also take the occasional ride. Harness racing was the other main attraction. Originally, the competing horses had to be owned by local residents to be eligible. The track was only 1/4 mile long, and horses had to complete the mile in under 4 minutes. The first grandstand was finally constructed in 1922 when the present Fairgrounds was purchased. Today, the Noble County Fair in Caldwell is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 evenings of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Welcome back to the got 6 horses in this race. We've only scored 5 across here. The 6-horse Jurassic Drill will try.
4 on, I need 2 more. 4 on, I need 2 more.
You and I are the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. You know that. We cover almost everything.
I like that, though. I have to be honest. From a selfish standpoint, I always enjoy when me and you can get together. Even though you're a Bills fan,
Hey,
you're a Steelers fan, it's just like the Michigan people, the Owls and Bayless that own the 5. They're Michigan fans, but there's Ohio State fans that they like too. You gotta interact.
You know, yeah, but you got to remember, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, blue-collar town, so you always have that going for you. You root for them. It's these Cincinnati people.
That's the Western Ohio Fair Circuit, in case you're wondering.
Oh. Helps if I turn my microphone on.
Yeah, we need to. Everybody needs to hear you, just not me.
Yeah, we got that now. Horses are coming out onto the track. 5 out? 4 of them are out right now. 4 of the 6. Christian Myers will look to go for the daily double today. So he was the winner in our first race.
That's a household that's a labor of love. David and Charlie are brothers, and Charlie has 4 boys, 2 of them very involved in racing, both Christian and Lucas.
Number 4 and number 6, Alex Hawk, Brady Clemens. We need you to the track, please.
Don't forget, still a little bit of time where you can pick up your passports and get those to us. And we'll stamp it with a sticker, and then at the end of the year you'll be able to enter them into the contest to win some
prizes.
Yep. Yep. So
one of the prizes will be a night out with Frank Frost with dinner. That's
yeah,
we can't even put a price on that. What that's worth.
White Castle's at its best. So getting ready for the post parade of our second.
Looks like they're all on the track now. It's a matter we just got to get them over here and get them rolling. Get those doggies rolling, rawhide. Current look at the tote board. We still have co-favorites here, Doodlebug and IB Cream, both at 7-5. The Pride of Michigan, Risky Hill, is third choice here at 9-2. Co-third choice is now with the 6, Jurassic Jewel, at 9-2. Still limited money in the pools, so I'm sure that'll spin around. We'll keep you updated on the wagering dollars. And here's your post parade.
Second race, Trotters, 2-year-old fillies, first division trophy is sponsored by Noble County Commissioners Ty Moore, Gary Sailing, and Alan Fraley. Purse of $6,000. Number 1 is Baked Spaghetti, owned by Frank Johnson, trained by Earl Owings. David Young, the second drives. 2 is JB Flex, owned by Roy and Joan Burns. Roy does the training and the driving. Number 3, Doodlebug, owned and trained by Barney Dillon. Christian Myers is in the sulky. 4 is IB Cream, owned by Charles Vigneron, Stephen Swatzel, and Donald Spencer. Stephen Swatzel trains, Alex Hawk drives. 5 is Risky Hill, owned by Bayless McIsaac, Benner and Howells, trained by Rosie Weaver. Drew Neal drives. And the 6, Jurassic Jewel, owned by Jerry Welch, trained by Eric Nesselrode, and Brady Clemens is getting the call. Race 2, going to be going to the gate after 1 score. Get your wagers in. Win, place, show, trifecta, Quinella. Wagering here, don't be shut out.
All right, we're going to give you a closer look at these horses. The 1 horse, Baked Spaghetti, Earl Owings trains for Frank Johnson. David Young in the sulky today. This 2-year-old filly by Bit of a Legend out of the Some Beach Somewhere mare, homemade pasta. Hence why we got the name Baked Spaghetti.
There you go.
0 for 7 on the season. Does have $2,500 banked. Shows a lot of X's and is still learning the game here.
The number 2 is JB Flex. Roy Burns drives, trains, and co-owns with his wife, Joan. This is a Flex the Muscle out of the DeJambro mare, Touch of Bling. 6 starts this year, a third-place finish last time out at Troy. Finished 6th. Roy picked up his first driving win of the year at Woodsfield.
3 horse, Doodlebug. Christian Myers drives. If that name sounds familiar, he did win the opener, and he's looking for the daily double. This horse is trained and owned by Barney Dillon of Jerusalem, Ohio. Really nice little trotter here. 6 starts on the year, 3 wins, 1 second, 1 third, 11,197. Took a mark last time out at Woodsfield, 204-2. That was a very exciting race against Jailhouse Pearl, who is racing in the 6th race later on today. This is one of the horses to beat, and currently 6-5, your wagering favorite.
The number 4 is IB Cream. Brady Clemens drives for Steve Swatzel, who co-owns this horse with Charles Vigneron and Donald Spencer. It's a De La Creme out of the Amigo Hall mare Reina B. 7 starts, has hit the board 6 times with 3 wins. Last time it was a winner at Steve's home track of Rock Springs.
5 horse Risky Hill, Rosie Weaver trains for the Michigan Connection, L. Burner, and S. Mosaic of Prince Edward Island. Risky Hill is 0 for 11 on the season, but does have 6 second-place finishes, 1 third, $11,753 in earnings. 3rd last time out at Woodsfield, 2nd prior to that at Rock Springs, 2nd at Zanesville. Been knocking on the door, currently 7-1, trying to kick the door in today.
And finally, the number 6 is Jurassic Jewel. Brady Clemens drives for Eric Nesselrode. Jerry Welch owns and bred this Volstead out of the striking Sabra mare High Gear Sabra. 5 starts, has hit the board 4 times with a 2nd and 3 thirds. Has hit the board 3 straights. Last time out was a 2nd at Woodsfield.
And the gates in motion. We'll send it up to the track announcer for the call of race number 2.
Off stride there at the back appears to be the one, Baked Spaghetti. Baked Spaghetti is off stride. Rest of the field all behaving well, and here they come. They're off and trotting far outside. Risky Hill and Drew Neal trying for the lead. Back on the inside, Doodlebug, and it's Risky Hill taking over the lead. Doodlebug back to second. Getting away in third there from that second tier is Jurassic Jewel. Fourth on the outside to IB Cream. Fifth to the inside, JB Flex. Far back in the cloud of dust is Big Spaghetti, who trails the field. He's got a lot of work to do. Little too many carbs as they head down the back stretch. It is IB Cream with the lead. Risky Hill now back to second.
31-4.
31-4 to that opening quarter. IB Cream opening up by 3 in that turn. Back to second there, Risky Hill. Going along in second, I should say, is Risky Hill. Third to Doodlebug. Then we come back to fourth, Jurassic Jewel. And in fifth is JB Flex. And now just passing the quarter pole is Baked Spaghetti as they motor here in front of the grandstands. The remainder of the field, IB Cream with the lead. Second is Risky Hill. Third to Doodlebug on the outside. 103-1 to that half. Fourth on the outside now. Second over is Jurassic Jewel. Then we come back to fifth is Roy Burns and JB Flex. And Baked Spaghetti is going to need some free bread and salad at Olive Garden as they motor up the back stretch. On the outside, trying to take over, is Doodlebug. Back along the inside, IB Cream. Now on the outside, third is Jurassic Jewel. 133-4 to 3/4. They're battling up front. On the outside, Doodlebug and Christian Myers trying to close out the early daily double here. Has a half a length in front. IB Cream and Alex Hawk back to second, third, and locked in, but needing room is Risky Hill. That one slides off the rail. It is now 3 wide for the drive as they come through the stretch. Risky Hill on the far outside, swooping up to get it all. Second was Doodlebug. Third, IB Cream. 204 flat.
204 unofficial. Risky Hill, a maiden no more, and her 12th lifetime start is going to find her way to a winner's circle. And what a very, very exciting race. A lot of action out of there. Risky Hill actually grabbed the racetrack right out of the starting gate, took the lead. Ceded to IB Cream, who made a powerful move at the quarter pole to take the lead. And then Doodlebug, what can you say about this little gal? She came first up right past the half, hung in there very gamely, actually passed the leader, IB Cream, top of the stretch, but could not hold off the late charge of Risky Hill. Just a very professional drive by Drew Neal. And for the owner connections of Michigan, and A. Passaic of Prince Edward Island, R.L. Benner of DeLon Springs, Florida. Everybody's pretty happy. These 4 owners are finally getting their winner's circle picture. 5, 3, and I think it was 6, or 5, 3, 4, one of those. I'm not sure. No doubt about the winner, though, Risky Hill.
5-3-4, your top
5-3-4, there you go. I didn't think Risky Hill was sitting fourth as they went around that final turn and made a nice move and was able to cut in and find some racing room.
Nice $10 mutual here, so anyone that had bet on Risky Hill on track is going to pick up at least $22.
4 flat. And the returning trackside is that official winner, number 5, Risky Hill. 2-year-old Bay filly by What the Hill out of the Break the Bank K mare. Risky Deal, owned by Bayless, McIsaac, Benner, and Howells. Trained by Rosie Weaver. Drew Neal getting the winning drive. Risky Hill's first career win and establishing a lifetime mark in 204 flat. Congratulations.
Rosie's second trainer, Joe Yoder, bringing the horses down today out there to welcome Risky Hill back to the winner's circle.
To thank all of our sponsors here today for the Noble County Fair races.
Brad Conrad directing traffic down there. It's going to be interesting to see what that daily double played, 11-1, 10-1, if anybody even had it.
I'm going to make a statement that says it's uncovered, but
that's what I would be thinking. So there
uncovered.
Is your winner. Yep, there it is.
The grandstands, just so you know, if you need a racing program, they are for sale at our neutral window.
So there goes your winner, Risky Hill.
The daily double was uncovered, and if you bet a trifecta here, it is a refund. 5-3 Quinella returning $17.80.
Nice win place mutual on the 5, 22.60 to win, 13 to place. Doodlebug, 5.60 to place. So some nice place tickets in the first couple races for anybody on track that's been wagering. I would bet some place tickets because they're paying very good to place here today. Race 2 is in the books, 5-3-4, Risky Hill the winner. Takes us into race number 3, which is 2-year-old filly Pacers, the first of 2 divisions. We've got a couple standouts in here. I'm going to step away some brief message, and we'll bring you back race number 3 from Noble Fair.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Welcome back to the Noble County Fair, beautiful Caldwell, Ohio. I'm Don Tiger with my sidekick Frank Froz, bringing you 9. Since then has beaten everything in her weight, 9 for 9, and 4 to 5 might be a slight part.
I'll tell you, you take a look at those first 2 horses, VH Dancer and Maddie's Delight. They right now are the cream right now of the Southern Valley for sure. But VH Dancer sitting there 3rd in points. Maddie's Delight right now 10th in points. Yep. Because she's racing at racing in the other tracks where VH Dancer has been nothing but racing at the fair, so building up those points. But when you got one that's 11 for 11 hitting the board and the other one's 10 for 10, keep your eye on those two today.
I'm impartial because I'm a broadcaster, but I can't help but for the one because I'm a little guy at home. And again,
I'll tell you.
Just joining us, the Tim Van Horn training go-kart until when Tim Van Horn gets 10 wins, and he gets 2 wins counted, so I think he's at 8.
He's at 8 right now. A track record counts as 2. Then he's going to buy his 3 grandsons a go-kart.
Isn't that great?
Yep.
So, I mean, you have aesthetic.
Exactly.
That a little bit, 'cause, we were all kids and we love go-karts. That's an awful nice thing that Tim's doing. So whether it's today, next week,
Who knows? Yeah. I hope he gets that.
maybe at Delaware, that'd be cool.
Oh, wow. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Or if you got 10 at the Fair Championships. But, I don't think you want to wait that long. You want to get this thing done soon. Well, whatever happens, Don, here's what I hope they do. If they get the go-kart, I hope the next race or 2 they bring it so other people can get a ride in on the go-kart maybe. That would be fun.
Because we can't afford it. We were already told
Yeah,
$50
$50
to spend.
a drive, yep.
Yeah.
So
we're in trouble. We're just observers at that point in time. But we've got a couple on the track here. Looks like my math says 5. Actually, this is a warm-up horse here, trotter from later. We got some warm-up horses out there. We do got a couple on the track, though, so it shouldn't be long.
My buddy's in Cambridge. He said, do him a favor and show the payoffs on the tote board after the race. He's watching you right now. You guys can do it.
we'll try.
Yep, sounds good. One of our local patrons just asked us to show the tote board, which we'll do our best to do. We'll just flip that on so you can see the payoffs. I know a lot of guys like to see that. If you are local on track, please feel free to stop by. We do have our passports that we give out. There is pari-mutuel wagering right here behind the grandstands. Got a guy here, too, that's giving out track programs, so if you still arrive late, you can still get a program. Track announcers are starting to gather everybody up. Current look at the tote board. We do have the 2-horse Maddie's Delight 3-5. Still awful nice bargain in my opinion. This horse went off the favorite, was actually even. I don't think she's been barred from wagering, but she's been 30 cents, 10 cents, 90 cents, 10 cents, 70 cents. And 2 of those efforts were at Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield and Scioto. So she brings some punch, and here is the post parade for race number 3.
Third race horses are on the track. 2-year-old Philly Pacers, purse of $6,455. Trophy by Patty's Place. The 1, VH Dancer, owned and trained by Tim Van Horn. Derek Waterker gets the drive. The 2, Maddie's Delight, owned by SCP Stable Incorporated. Steve Carter trains. David Young, the 2nd, is aboard. 3, I Have a Dot of Sass, owned by Christian Appel. Dana Carrig does the training, Christian Myers the driving. 4, Sunshine Player. Susan Offenberger owns. Eric Nessero trains. Brady Clemens drives. The 5, Miss Barcelo, owned and trained by Kevin Johnson. Alex Hawk drives. And the 6, Fearless Lizzie, owned by Melissa Sword and Larry 6. Larry 6 trains. Chuck Bolin is in the sulky. Win play.
So we are set for the 3rd here today. Let's take a look at these horses, Don.
Number 1, VH Dancer. Tim Van Horn trains and owns. Derek Walker in the sulky today. What can you say? What can't you say nice about this last? 11 starts, 11 on the board finishes, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 2/3, $21,000. Mark at 2 minutes, 2/5 at Piketon. Was 2nd last time out. The only knock I would say is this horse tends to like to race from behind a little bit. But with the pole position, I don't expect her to be far off it, and I think we're going to see a heck of a ding-dong battle in the stretch.
With the number 2, Maddie's Delight, David Young, the 2nd, drives for Steve Carter. This horse is owned by the SCP Stable out of Canton, Georgia. Maddie's Delight is by Lather Up out of the Western Hanover mare Moonlight Delight. 10 starts this year, 9 wins, 1/3, earnings over $62,000. Was a winner at Woodsfield last time out. Pacing in 2 minutes and 4, has a mark of 1:55 and 2. Took that at Scioto Downs.
3-horse, I Have a Dot of Sass. Dana Carrig trains, Christian Appel owns, Christian Myers drives. This horse might be 0 for 5 on the season, but does sport 3 second-place finishes. There's 2 second-place finishes came last time out at Lisbon and Mansfield. was Scratch Transportation last time out at Woodsfield. Hasn't raced since the 4th of August. That's my only concern, how tight this horse is. But Christian Meyer's been doing a good job on the circuit. Another player underneath.
The number 4 is Sunshine Player. Brady Clemens drives for Eric Nesselrode. Susan Offenberger drives this strong player. 8 starts, has hit the board 7 times, 4 seconds, 3/3, getting close to finally breaking that maiden last time out at Woodsfield. Was parked and finished 6th, but was 2nd the race before at Rock Springs.
5-horse Miss Barcelo. Kevin Johnson trains and owns. Will be driven today by Alex Hawk. Does score 5 across here. This horse is the far outside. 2 wins and 6 starts, though. Nice mile, 2 minutes flat over at Zanesville, where it went right to the lead 2 back and never looked back. Last time out was 4th at Woodsfield. That was a pretty dirty heat, though, where the aforementioned Maddie's Delight, the 2-horse, kind of seized the racetrack, and VH Dancer was 2nd that day. So one of the outsiders here certainly could factor on the board.
The number 6 is Fearless Lizzie. Charles Boland drives for Larry Six, who co-owns with Melissa Sword. This is a Fear the Dragon out of the Western Ideal mare Elizabeth Spencer. 7 starts, a 2nd and a 3rd. Earnings just over $2,500. Last time out at Saturday Downs, finished 7th.
There's your field for the 3rd race. Buckle up, because this is going to be a good one. We're going to send it up to our track announcer.
H Dancer, Maddie's Delight. Maddie's Delight looking for her 10th win this year. Post 3, I Have a Dot of Sass and Sunshine Player. Miss Barcelo, 2nd-tier starter, Fearless Lizzie. They're at the head of the stretch, and the gates picking up speed, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Maddie's Delight fires away for the early lead. Center of the track, Sunshine Player looks to settle in. Up the inside, VH Dancer as they go around that turn. A little tight quarters there for VH Dancer. A little hard to wrangle in there was Derek Wadaker. Now moving on the outside, Sunshine Player takes over by a half. On the inside, Maddie's Delight battling on. Back 3rd, VH Dancer. 4th on the outside, Miss Barcelo. Come back to 5th to Fearless Lizzie. And I Have a Dot of Sass. Could see them all as they motor by that quarter.
29 and 1/5.
29 and 1. And moving back to the front, there goes Maddie's Delight. David Young wanted the front, and he gets there. Back to 2nd, Sunshine Player. In 3rd is VH Dancer. Going along at 4th, Fearless Lizzie. Miss Barcelo, and then we come back to I Have a Dot of Sass. They're coming through the stretch for the first time. It's Maddie's Delight on the point. That's where she likes to be. She's got the lead by a length and a quarter. It's 2nd, Sunshine Player.
1 and 2/5.
1 minute and 2/5 as moving on the outside, now 3rd, now 2nd, VH Dancer. Derek Wadaker comes to call on the outside, challenging Maddie's Delight in the turn. Back 3rd on the inside, Sunshine Player. 4th on the outside, Miss Barcelo. Then we come back to Fearless Lizzie, and I Have a Dot of Sass is the trailer. As they motor up the back stretch, they are in a battle up front. On the outside, VH Dancer battling back on the inside, Maddie's Delight.
129 and 3.
129 and 3 3/4. Maddie's Delight takes back over. Now moving into 2nd up the inside is Alex Hawk and Miss Barcelo. Bowing out in 3rd is VH Dancer. That one's come to a walk as they come to the top of the stretch and to the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Maddie's Delight looking to see it through, opening up with every stride. Maddie's Delight putting on a clinic here. It's all David Young the 2nd and Maddie's Delight in front. 2nd, Miss Barcelo. Coming up for 3rd, VH Dancer. 4th, Sunshine Player.
2 minutes and 3/5.
2 minutes and 3/5 for Maddie's Delight. Win number 10.
Well, you wanted fireworks, you got them. That's exactly what you wanted to see. A lot of fine racing, and they went at it there. Maddie's Delight, David Young seized the racetrack from the get-go. He definitely wanted the front. Sunshine Player pressed and parked. Finally, David Young gave the give and go up past the quarter pole. And Derek Wadaker said, well, this horse has been used twice. I'm going to take a shot. Nice battle from pretty much the half to the 3/4 pole. Almost cleared, too. Got about 3/4 of a length up on Maddie's Delight. But as I told you in the pre-show, and I've told you before in other broadcasts, this is a super nice filly. And you're going to see her next year on the Sire Stakes circuit. She battled in gamely, drew off in the lane. 2 minutes and 3/5. 2, 5, 1, unofficial.
Faced the challenge going up the back stretch, did not allow VH Dancer to clear, as you said, and then just stepped on the gas coming to the top of the stretch.
Yeah, this horse will return 280 to win, as she went off a very popular 2 to 5. Very well driven by David Young. Myself and David had a good conversation the other day because this is really David's first year. He's been working for Steve for 13, 15 years, but he's only picked up a couple drives every now and then. But Steve gave him the confidence to drive him at the fairs, and he's gotten a lot of these fair drives. And he says, Don, you know, the thing that's making me better is I'm not going into races driving a certain way. I'm just letting the race drive itself. And I said, it's the best thing you can do, because in your mind, when you're thinking, I'm just going to do one thing, you got to be just like a football player. You got to be able to adjust.
It's funny you say that, because I was talking to Brady Clemens about the same thing today. We're doing an interview with 20 questions for our next magazine with Austin Hanners, and he said, you know, you can have plan A, B, C, and D, but all of a sudden plan A, B, and C go out the window right away, and you're on plan D, which really was never a plan to start with, you know, and you just don't know what to do. And so sometimes you have to do exactly what David said. You just kind of let the race come to you and find your time.
Yes, exactly, and that's why he's really improved on this, and I believe that's his 20th driving win on the season, so just pretty powerful. I'm happy to see that. His cousin Donovan's out in the winner's circle with him. That's Donovan, David's cousin.
By SCP Stable Incorporated of Canton, Georgia. Trained by Steve Carter, David Young II, the winning drive. Maddie's Delight, 10th career win in 11th starts, taking that mile time today in 2 minutes and 3/5.
Been there so often, she knows exactly what to do. Stand there, get my picture taken, take the blanket off, and let's get back to the barn.
Exactly. Professionally driven, professionally trained, and professionally scored. So there is your winner, Maddie's Delight. And again, I say this all the time on the broadcast, but these are the future stars of harness racing, and we're bringing them to your living room and at this fair circuit. That's a future star in the making.
Sunshine Player 4th, Miss Barcelo 2nd, and Fearless Lizzie was 6th. 3:15.426 on the bottom, 2 minutes and 3/5 here in the third.
And there's a look at the tote board there. You can see the payoffs. This is the third straight race where we've had some nice place payoffs. So somebody's walking around these grandstands betting some decent place money on some horses that haven't finished yet in the first or second spots. A nice anomaly price there. The 2-horse paid $360 to place and only $280 to win. So make sure you're betting place and across the board over here in Caldwell. So that's 3 in the books. We still got 6 to bring you. Takes us to race number 4. We have no program changes in race number 4. We're going to bring you that race right after these important messages.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standardbred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standardbred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Welcome back to the Noble County Fair in beautiful Caldwell, Ohio today. We've got nice low 90s degree temperatures. Not too much humidity. A little warm out here today. Minimal wind, but overall, great night of harness racing with my good friend Frank Frost. We've got 3 in the books here. We still got 6 more races to bring you. Coke cans are flying everywhere. Things are going, but we're keeping everything together, so we're doing what we can. Race number 4, we've got no changes in here. We'll go all 6 as programmed. The 6-horse Jurassic Justice does start from the second tier. Got, I don't know if the water truck has been out yet or not. We're getting a little bit of dust, so it might be out after the next race. This is the first of 2 divisions for diagonal gated trotters. Purse of $6,000. Got a couple horses on the track right now. A few scoring down for some other races, still warming up. Probably after this race or next race, we should just have horses on the track. Saw some good racing so far for those of you just joining us. Last race, race number 3, Maddie's Delight made it 10 for 11 on the season, 10 in a row in Ohio, as Roger Houston would say. Nice battles and some good racing. We had a horse break at Maiden in the second, Risky Hill. 12th start made it a winning one, and our opener was won by Colton's Charm, a very competitive field in that one. So that gives you a quick, brief update if you were just joining us on the broadcast. Our 9th race today is our getaway free-for-all, and so far how the races have been, we might have a pretty good shot at a fast mile there for sure, so stay tuned. We've got a nice, if you're local on track, please come by to see us. If you got our passport, we'll stamp your passports. Some good wagering today. We've had a lot of good place and show payoffs, so if you are here on track, make sure you're betting your horses across the board and underneath. Some of these favorites are paying very good to place and show. If I knew Maddie's Delight was paying $360 to place, I might have reached in that fat front pocket of Frank Frost and pulled a $20 bill out and went and betted and picked up $16.
Well, you wouldn't have found much in this one, that's for sure.
So far, all I see is lint.
Lint,
okay.
that's about it.
Will they take lint at the windows here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They may take a lot of dust because that's what I've got all over here. So.
Still calling them for the track. Could use some water after this race, that's for sure. We are dragging the track here. Just a beautiful day over here, as I've said in the past. We've had some rain over here. I don't know why. Maybe the Zodiac or whatever, but dry today.
Every time we come over here in the past years, we've had some sort of rain. I remember 2 years ago, the rain was so bad. They had golf carts out there trying to drag them, and they were sliding all over the place. They ended up canceling. And
I thought I was going to have to save presiding Judge Billy Creighton. The one year, it looked like quicksand. He was walking across there. He's not a real big guy. He's only about 5'10" or so, and I thought I was going to have to pull him in. But yeah, it was. We've had some monsoons over here. But today, not the case, Frank. We've got sunny and warm skies, and what better place to be than grassroots harness racing? And we've got some good races still to come. We've got.
And if you think it's hot today, it's going to be hot tomorrow too. They're saying.
Is it really?
Yes.
Good.
It's going to be hotter.
Guess I'm gonna. Maybe that shake will make it a little further from Wheeling. I'll get in Wheeling and do my best, Frank. That's all I can do.
By the time it would get here, if you didn't touch it, it would be just the milk.
So I'd be better off buying it and drinking it?
I think so.
Okay, thank you, Frank. I like that. It gives me an opportunity.
There you go.
Yeah. Current early wagering favorite is the 6-horse, Jurassic Justice, who did score last time out at Woodsfield, made it a front-running score, took the lead, never looked back, 202-4. This horse does have a mark of 56-3 over at Scioto this year, 5 of 9. Pretty impressive, and like I told you, we got a lot of stars on today's card, and currently at 3-5, Jurassic Justice is one of those stars.
Looks like we've got 4 of the 6 are out.
Got a horse still warming up here for some of the prior and future races. Got one in front of the grandstands warming up. So, yeah, we've got a couple out here on the track. We'll just see how this all shakes out.
Got a couple of fans sitting all the way across. You take a look right over that water truck. I'm going to try to zoom in. Their seats where they are makes it look like they're sitting right on the track.
Are those like stools?
Like big stools they're sitting on and just enjoying themselves back there by the barns.
Amen.
And, I mean, it looks like they're in front of the fence sitting right on the track. They're not, but, enjoying the – it was funny today when I got here. I went back to the barn over there, and then Yeah, you can see the barn's right behind it. That's the roof of it, the white behind it. And the other barn is all the way at the other end. And as I made my way back, I went to the barn on the right first and then went down to that barn. And I was walking back. Christian Meyer had his sulky, and he was going to warm up a horse, and he was starting to head of the track. I said, oh, you going to the other end? He goes, other end? I said, oh, yeah, all the way at the other end of the track. Oh, geez. So,
he's young. Those are lessons you have to learn at a young age. So.
So it looks like all 6 are out right now. And we will be heading to our post parade in just a second. This the 4th of 9 today. 7 on the card tomorrow, I believe it is.
A little bit shorter, so we get paid a little extra for working a little less.
There you
I like
go.
that. There's nothing wrong with that, Frank. Good card tomorrow, too. I did take a peek at it, so we've been blessed with some really nice horses on this circuit, and here's the post parade.
Horses are on the track for race 4, first division of 3-year-old colt and gelding trotters. Number 1 is Get the Caviar, owned by Cheryl of In Your Own, Charles of In Your Own trains, Brady Clemens drives. 2, Just Tough Enough, owned, trained, and driven by Jimmy Smith. Number 3 is Here's Johnny Cash, owned by Roy Burns and Casey Kelly. Roy does the training and the driving. 4, So Vibrant, owned by David Miller, who does the training. Derek Wadaker is in the sulky. Number 5 is Commander Tom, owned by Mossbarger. 4, Stanton and Kemper, trained by Steve Carter. David Young II gets the call. And number 6, starting from that second tier, Jurassic Justice, owned by Jerry Welch and Michael Lowe. Michael Lowe does the training and the driving.
There's your field for the 4th trot, going for $6,000, first of 2 divisions.
And let's take a look at this field, Frank. We'll start out with 1, Get the Caviar. Charles Vigorone trains for Cheryl Vigorone. Brady Clemens in the sulky today. Source is 0 for 10 on the season. Did add Lasix 3 back. Has made some X's in all 3 of those efforts. Though prior to that, did stay a little bit flatter. Does have $5,000 that's made this year, 1 for 10. Does draw the coveted rail, but is currently a long shot at 20-1.
The number 2 is Just Tough Enough. Jimmy Smith drives, trains, owns, and bred this Victory Sam out of the Amigo Hall mare. Just Friends, last time out at Woodsfield, finished 4th, still looking to hit the board.
3, Here's Johnny Cash. Roy Burns owns and trains and drives. He co-owns this horse with Casey Kelly of Milford Center, Ohio. 0 for 10 on the season, but does have 2 seconds, 2/3, 4 of 10 on the board, 6,000 in earnings. 1 for 11 last year and was on the board 9 of 11. Had a mark last year at 210 at Troy on a sloppy track. Still looking for that first win, but does stay flat and always seems to be around the finish.
The number 4 is So Vibrant. Derek Wadaker drives for David Miller, who owns this Long Tom out of Sam's Arsenal. 13 starts this year, has hit the board 7 with 3-1, has hit the board in 6 straight, was a winner 2 back at Rock Springs in 204 and 2.
5-horse Commander Tom. If you like long toms, this is the 3rd long tom in the race. Jay Mossberger owns this horse with Barry 4, D. Stanton, and M. Kemper. David Young in the sulky today. This Steve Carter trainee, 2 of 15 on the season, 10 of 15 on the board, 30,000 in earnings. You heard that correct, 30,000 in earnings. Last year made 71. Already has made 101,000 in his brief career. One of the choices in this race.
And the number 6 is Jurassic Justice. Michael O. drives, trains for Jerry Welch. He also co-owns this horse. 9 starts this year, has hit the board in 8 of 9 with 5 wins.
And here's your call, race number 4.
This field is at the head of the stretch, and they're picking up speed off the car a bit here from that second tier. Jurassic Justice getting a delayed start. They're off and trotting the center of the track. Here's Johnny Cash takes over the inside, and on further outside, So Vibrant will challenge. Down along the inside, Jimmy Smith and Just Tough Enough. Then settling into fourth is Commander Tom. Back in fifth there, Get the Caviar. And getting away sixth, Jurassic Justice. Will have to do a lot of work here today to get the job done from last as they motor up the back stretch, taking over the lead. So Vibrant. Derek Waterker wanted the front and got there. Here's Johnny Cash playing guitar in second. Back along the inside third, Just Tough Enough. 31-1 to that opening quarter. Back in fourth is Commander Tom. Fifth to Get the Caviar. Still trailing Jurassic Justice. As they motor through that turn, and they'll head to the top of the stretch for the first time. So Vibrant with the lead. So Vibrant has that lead in second. We come back to, here's Johnny Cash in third, Just Tough Enough. Moving on the outside, Commander Tom. Back on the outside now, 102 and 4. In fifth is Get the Caviar. And Jurassic Justice looking to roll from the back is in sixth. As they motor around the turn 3, and they head to the back stretch, and on an open lead, it's So Vibrant by 4 as they hit the back stretch. In second, here's Johnny Cash. On the outside third is Commander Tom. Fourth and fading, Just Tough Enough. Here comes Jurassic Justice now from fifth, now fourth. 132 and 3. Jurassic Justice is now fourth. Back to fifth, Just Tough Enough. Now trailing and off stride, Get the Caviar. As they roll through that final turn, it's So Vibrant, been there every call. So Vibrant with the lead. As they enter the stretch, So Vibrant. Here's Johnny Cash, and on the outside, Commander Tom. It's So Vibrant today in victory. Second, here's Johnny Cash. Third to Commander Tom. Jurassic Justice was fourth.
203 and 1.
203 and 1.
Race number 4, unofficial 4-3-5. So Vibrant and Derek Waterker. Derek sees the lead and never looked back. Every pole winning one. Last time out, this horse broke at the starting gate. Prior to that, though, same thing. Last two were front-running scores. Derek took no prisoners today in his 14th start of the season. Win number 4. Pads another $3,000, which pushes this horse over $20,000 in earnings. And I believe equals the lifetime mark today, 203 and 1. Very professionally driven today, professionally trained. Just a nice effort. In second, here's Johnny Cash. Roy Burns did a good job, got this horse out of the gate, sat a good trip, and was able to save place. Very much a front end's been very good here today. And rounding out the trifecta, Commander Tom, 4-3-5. I think one thing we learned about Jurassic Justice is the second race that he's raced from the second tier. Finished third at Zanesville and then fourth today. Not the greatest thing, gapped off the gate a little bit. Some horses don't like to follow, and it's a little different way, like to have their nose on a starting gate. And just something for your wagering, handicapping, or anything down the road. Want to make sure this one's on the gate.
When you take a look at what Jurassic Justice has done, a win, a second win when he's not on the second tier.
Yep. There's your winner, So Vibrant.
Get the rundown here.
Is your official winner, number 4, So Vibrant. 3-year-old brown gelding by Long Tom out of the Cadabra mare Sam's Arsenal, owned and trained from Salesville, Ohio by David Miller. Derek Wattaker, the winning driver, So Vibrant. Career win number 6, taking the mile in 203 and 1, equaling his lifetime mark here today. Blanket presentation by our fair secretary, Donna Spicer, in honor of her mother and father, Ronald and Shirley Hupp.
Nice clap from the crowd there, acknowledging So Vibrant winning the 4th race, 4-3-5. Official now. There's our prices on the tote board. We've got the 4 horse paid $820 to win, $340 to place, $240 to show. 3 horse. Here's Johnny Cash, 620 to place, 220 to show. 5
Top
horse
down here for race 4. Get the Caviar 6th. Just Tough Enough 5th. Here's Johnny Cash 2nd. So winner, Commander Tom 3rd. Jurassic Justice was 4th. 6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4 on the bottom, 203 and 1, equaling lifetime mark performance here by So Vibrant today as race 4 is official. Horse.
Get your horses to the track for race 5. In race 5, number 1, Impactful Stretch, to be driven by Christian Meyer. Number 5, Fast Dancing, to be driven by John Hochstetler. Race 5 up next. Get your horses to the track, please.
And official, there you have it. Race 4, 4-3-5. Takes us to race number 5. We've still got 5 more races to bring you here. We're giving you 9 total. 5th race, we've got 2 program changes here for you. The 1 horse, Impactful Stretch, make the driver Christian Myers. Christian Myers will drive the 1 Impactful Stretch. 5 horse Fast Dancing, make the driver John Hostetler. Trainer, owner John Hostetler will jump in the bike to drive the 5 Fast Dancing. We'll give you that field right after these important messages.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Own a little and love it a lot. The Stable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. The Stable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Water break for the track. Watering the track after race.
Welcome back to the Noble County Fair in Caldwell as we get set for our 5th race today, I believe it is. Or are we in the 4th?
Nope, we're in the 5th.
We're in the 5th, okay.
Yep. It's the 2nd division of the 3-year-old colt.
Very good on the circuit.
Still need another horse out there. Tote board hasn't changed still. Hard for one guy. Current even money favorite and deservedly so. Beautiful track here today. Sits nice in here. This is about 25 minutes south of Cambridge, Ohio. If you're close, come on by and see us. Very super easy to find. Right south on 77. Right off the exit. The fairgrounds sit right off the exit. So nice place to find, nice place to be. We'll be here again tomorrow. We've got 7 action-packed races tomorrow. Same thing, 5 p.m. post.
Hey, Don, apparently the Ohio Colt Racing Association has put out a wanted poster.
For me and you?
No, not for us, but for 3 Rogue saddle pads, a red number 1, a blue number 2, and a black number 5. Last seen on some fast horses at Greenville. Please return. Bring to Findlay or Kenton. So...
There you go. we're newscasters.
Exactly.
So we're putting out a plea for newscasters. Yeah. Breaking news. We need that stuff returned ASAP, or there's going to be horses that we're going to have to paint on their numbers. So we definitely need that.
Oh. You got to give Lisa Schwartz some credit for that. That was a good post. I'll get to work tomorrow. I'll share that one on the OHHA Facebook page. Unless Ashley Daly's listening, and then she can take care of it right now.
We can only hope, right?
Exactly.
Still looking for a couple horses on a track. I'm counting 4. I'm missing 1. So as soon as I see that.
I think you are missing. Though, nope, there is the one out there. So
I see a 153 and Alex Hawks. So I'm missing the 2. I'm missing the 2 Dragons better and David Young. I'll text the barn and make sure.
Nope, 2 is now out there.
Okay.
So I think we're missing the 4. Derek Wadaker and Big Risk Sonny. Yeah, the green and yellow and black colors of Derek are nowhere to be seen out there right now.
Yeah, okay.
Want to remind everybody, if you got your passports and you're on location, stop by. We'll give you a sticker. If you want to pick up a passport, we've got some left. Gives you a chance to follow at the Ohio fairs. And every time you're at one of our fairs, stop up. We'll give you a sticker, and then at the end of the year, you'll send it back into the OHHA, and we got some great prizes. We don't want to tell you what they are, but we've got them.
I gave 1 out today already.
Sticker?
Dinner, no. Dinner with Frank Frost. That's what you win. It's invaluable. It's the one thing we can't put a number on.
You know what, though? That's not a bad idea for a promotion
it's a great
next
idea.
year.
They do it.
We could do it, come and have
dinner with a couple drivers. Some people like that, trainers.
We'll do the Frank Fair Food Report at like Delaware next year with somebody. Let them show up, and we'll go to Delaware. It looks like Derek Wadaker now coming on to the
What do you do
track.
with Delaware? Because there's so many choices. Like we've got their Dutchman, we've got everything.
You know what I do at Delaware?
Yeah.
I don't eat. I don't have time.
Oh, well.
I mean,
I can just tell you this much. I'm sorry to hear that because you'd have a great report if you were there.
From the time I, get there early in the morning, and we're going to do this again this year. We've got our 5 days of Delaware. We'll kick it off every morning with Trackside Live, a half-an-hour interview show that will have either 1 or 2 guests. We're not sure how many we're going to do yet. And we do that on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we do 2 shows inside the OHHA tent, the speaker series, where we'll have some of the top trainers who are in for the Jugette or the Jug. We'll also have Roger and Wendy Ross will be doing their I don't want to call it a handicapping show. Roger doesn't like that. But, to kind of talk about the Jug and the horses in the Jug. And then we'll, then we do, we'll do a pregame show and then 20 races a day sometimes. And you don't have much time to run to eat. Here's the post parade.
Fifth race, Pacers on the track. Second division, 3-year-old Colts and Geldings. Purse of $6,140. Number 1 is Impactful Stretch, owned by Kent Wolf. Steven Swatzel trains and Christian Meyer drives. 2 is Dragons Better, owned by Friedland, Lindsay, and Carsey. Steve Carter trains. David Young II drives. 3, Hard Phony Guy, owned by David Nolan. Jeff Kirkbride trains. Alex Hawk does the driving. 4 is a Big Risk Sunny, owned by Diane Baker. Derek Wadaker trains and drives. And rounding out the field is the 5, Fast Dancin', owned, trained, and now driven by John Hochstetler. Fifth race, Win Play Show, Trifecta Quinella Wagering. Get your wagers in.
There you go. That's the field for the 5th.
And here's a deeper look in those horses. The 1 horse, Impactful Stretch, Steven Swatzel trains for owner Kent Wolf. Christian Myers will be driving today. Impactful Stretch 0 for 15 on the season. Does have 2 third-place finishes, and they did come in the last 2 efforts. So slowly improving. Normal Pilot Young is not in tow today. Does pick up Christian Myers, does draw the rail. Those are positives.
The number 2 is Dragons Better. David Young II drives for Steve Carter. This is a Fear the Dragon out of the mare Better Than Graduate. 15 starts this year. 2 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds. Was second last time out at Woodsfield.
3 horse, Hard for One Guy. Jeff Kirkbride trains for David Nolan. Alex Hawk in the sulky today. Just a professional racehorse here. 4 of 12 on the season in the winner's circle. 8 of 12 on the board. $20,000 earned. A mark of 56 over at the Meadows in the slop. Last time out, tried making every pole, winning one. Just got picked up by Rose Run Zach in a stretch, and that's a pretty nice horse. This horse is your current 3 to 5 wagering favorite.
The number 4 is Big Risk Sunny. Derek Wadaker drives and trains for Diane Baker of McConnellsville. This is a big risk out of the Liz Mara mare Canbeck Jewel's Son. 10 starts, has hit the board 5 times. A win, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. Has not hit the board in the last 2. Was hit the board a 3rd place finish at Athens.
5 horse Fast Dancin'. We've got a driver change. John Hostetler, the owner, trainer, and now the driver, John Hostetler, will be piloting the 5 Fast Dancin'. 4 for 16 this year in the winner's circle. 10 of 16 on the board. $19,000 in earnings. A nice mark of 57-3. Getting a lot of tote action today. Is currently your second choice at 9 to 5.
So that is your field for this, the 5th.
Gates rolling, noses are on the gate, and we're going to send up the track announcer for call of race number 5.
Inside out, Impactful Stretch, the Dragons Better, Hard Phony Guy, Big Risk Sunny, and Fast.
10. They're at the head of the stretch. Gates picking up speed for race 5. Here they come. Here, off and pacing inside, Impactful Stretch and Hard Phony Guy. Try for the early lead. Down along the inside there in 3rd, Dragons Better. Getting away in 4th is Big Risk Sunny. And trailing the field, Fast Dancing, can see them all. As they motor to the back stretch on the lead, Hard Phony Guy gets that early advantage. A length and a half back in 2nd is Impactful Stretch. 2 lengths back in 3rd to Dragons Better. Another 2 lengths back at 4th to Big Risk Sunny. And 2 more back to Fast Dancing. Spread out field of 5.
30-1.
In 30-1, past that opening quarter. In Hard Phony Guy has the lead. Impactful Stretch is 2nd. 3rd, tightening up now, is Dragons Better. Also tightening up now, Big Risk Sunny. And then we come back and moving to the outside, John Hochstetler and Fast Dancing. As they come into the stretch the first time and come in front of the fans and shake hands, it is Hard Phony Guy with the lead by a length and a half. Impactful Stretch 2nd. 3rd on the inside, Dragons Better. 101-4 to that half. 4th on the outside, moving up, Fast Dancing. Then we come back to Big Risk Sunny, who moves out now and catches that 2nd over cover as they spin through turn 3 and head to the back stretch and come to the finish here. It is Hard Phony Guy with the lead. On the inside, Impactful Stretch is 2nd. Third, Fast Dancing. Looking 3 high is Big Risk Sunny. 131-3 up the inside for Dragons Better as they turn for home. Hard Phony Guy still there by 2. Impactful Stretch still second. Third now, Dragons Better as they come to the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Hard Phony Guy opening up. Hard Phony Guy, Alex Hawk going coast to coast here. Hard Phony Guy in front. Impactful Stretch second. Dragons Better third.
2 and 4/5.
2 minutes and 4/5. Giddy up.
Race 5, 3-1-2 unofficial. Track's playing very fast and playing very fast to speed. Alex Hawk had this horse right or left lined him a couple times, couple swats out of the gate to get this one on a point. Once he got to the point, it was all she wrote. This 2-5 favorite made every pole winning one. Never was in doubt here. They sat 3-1-2 the whole way. They finished 3-1-2 the whole way. So no one coming from the back end. No doubt about the winner. Hard for one guy. 2 minutes, 4/5. 5th win in 13 now in the season. Likely heading to the fair final at the end of the year.
As race 5 goes official.
Impactful Stretch was second. Dragons Better third. Hard Phony Guy, your race winner. Big Risk Sunny was 5th. Fast Dancing 4th. Top down 2, 3, 1, 5, 4 on the bottom. 2 minutes, 4/5.
Here comes your winner back to the winner's circle. And that is Hard Funny Guy or Hard for One Guy. We're not sure. We've heard it a number of different ways. We're going to have to find out for sure.
Back in front of the grandstand for
That blanket presentation sponsored by the Noble County Harness Racing Tribute. The winner of race 5, number 3, Hard Phony Guy, 3-year-old brown gelding by Fear the Dragon. Out of the Royal Majesty Mare Gracie's Parade, owned by David Nolan of Gallipolis, Ohio. Jeff Kirkbride, the winning trainer. Alex Hawk, the winning driver. Hard Phony Guy, 8th career victory. Mile time today, 2 minutes and 4/5.
A full golf cart making its way down to the winner's circle.
Standing room only. As the Kirkbride Nolan clan makes their way to the winner's circle here, Alex takes another turn. Nice looking horse, very nice and muscly.
Not really sure what that noise is.
somebody can't play the trombone very well, just so you know.
There you go. Kind of like the guy's shirt down there. Funnel Cake Security. Big crowd in the winner's circle. Always nice to see a lot of people like that there. And as Don told you, nice crowd on hand here again at Caldwell.
Beautiful crowd. It's the largest crowd since I've been coming over here that we've seen. Very nice to see and well supported and clapping for the winner. It's nice to see. I've seen some people jumping up and down. Always makes it fun, too, when you can wager a couple bucks. I've seen some faithful people getting up out of their chairs every race and making a few wagers. So there we have official 312, 280, 220, 260, 220 to place on the one-horse Impactful Stretch. $5.40 to show on the two Dragons Better. $8 Quinella, $12.40 try. There's your prices for race number 5. Takes us into race number 6. We still got 4 races to bring you. And this is 2-year-old filly trotters with a standout here, Jailhouse Pearl. We've got 5 horses going to the gate. No program changes. And we'll bring you this race right after these important messages.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Welcome back to the Noble County Fair in Caldwell, Ohio. I want to thank everybody who's checking in. We've got people from Missouri, Indiana, Michigan, all over the place watching. We're glad to have you, Florida. And really appreciate everybody checking in. Taking a look at some of the comments.
Good time to do it. We got in between races here. They're watering the track, so a little bit of delay before our start of race number 6.
All right, now it's funny. We talked about the one horse, Don. Hard for one guy? Hard for one guy, hard funny guy. We just had a comment. It's hard F1 guy for F1 racing. So
okay, there we go.
So that came from Matt Stone. So
I always liked the names. There used to be a horse that actually, this is a true story. The first race I ever won as a harness owner, I beat a horse called Anais Kicker. Anaisis Kicker. You can play that on your own if you do. Anais Kicker. But
there you
obviously
go.
when they created the name, they wanted to have kind
something
of
a little different. Yep.
Exactly. So sometimes you have these kind of names, and one of them can be a stable. Or
now you have Charlie May, you have Shane Falco. Those are two. Shane Falco, named after the quarterback in the Replacement movie, played by Keanu Reeves. Charlie May, where did that one come from?
So that one came,
and I know, so just for everybody else.
You know the story, but what had happened is when we had bred him, my wife wanted to name him Charlie. She said, I want to name him Charlie. I said, you can't name him Charlie. It's like naming a horse Bill. You can't do it. It's got to be something catchy. And she goes, I just want to name him Charlie. I said, you can't do it. And she goes, well, I'm naming him Charlie. And I says, he's going to be a donkey anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just name whatever. She goes, you never know. Charlie may be a superstar.
And that's where the name came from.
Pretty cool, Yep.
Yeah. And it's funny how some names come about. Some will use parts of, the dam or the sire in the name. Some will just come up with one. Jerry Welch always has Jurassic in his. His grandson, I guess, came up with the Jurassic part, so they just always now name him Jurassic. Mary Jo Bross always has the MJ at the front of hers that she breeds. So there's a lot of different ones. The Levans, Hank Levan, always has the L at the end of their horses. So it's, I
really like that. I love that. I think it's great. It puts a mark on racing, too, when you have a stable. Like when I got into business in the 80s, it was Spurs. Roy Davis, that's who I worked with and for, and kind of with Pat Thomas, second trainer. Everything was Spur. Jaguar Spur, Barberry Spur, Dynasty Spur. And it was the Hottenham Spurs, the soccer team that Roy liked a lot. So that's how these surnames or pro names, whatever, come in. But naming a horse is really fun and neat. I've always enjoyed that part of it. I still have one to be named. I have filly. I have a down by the seaside filly. So it's fun naming them. It really is. I think that's the cool part when you get to that option.
So she's just foaled this year then?
Yeah, down by the seaside. I had a nice, good-looking, actually from the farm, this is the best baby that Stipples Hanover since I've had foals, and this would be number 6, I think. Yeah, 6 or 7. Yeah, anyway, but really nice looking down by the seaside. Obviously some nice breeding, so we'll see how she turns out, but we've got to figure out a name for her for sure.
Well, you know what, if I were you, I would let your wife pick it because she did a heck of a job with the last one.
Yeah, we pull myself out of the equation, so we'll do that. Current favorite here is the 5-horse 1-5 Jailhouse Pearl, and as Brady Clemens' mom, who was on the early show, talked about, this horse is 7 for 7, first or second, has done nothing wrong. Had a good photo finish with Doodlebug last time out at Woodsfield. And this has really been a front-end biased track today, Frank. We don't have a lot of bank turns. We've got a really fast track as opposed to that last race. They got a conveyor belt. They got on. It was 3-1-2. They finished 3-1-2, and both the 4 and the 5 in that last race were some nice horses that could have closed into it. So just tells you, how powerful some of these fair races can be. Doodlebug stood out a long way last time out. So this horse photo with Jailhouse Pearl. So very prohibitive favorite here, and deservedly so at 2-5 currently.
Water truck finishing up. It's made about 3/4 of a length way around. It'll get to the turn and then it'll head off, and then we will be ready for.
Not the fastest water truck I've ever seen, but I mean it's getting the job done for sure.
Horses are already coming out onto the track. As we will have 5 for this race.
Some of our listeners at home, the 4-horse Flirtini never started, no charted lines, and showing some toed action, second choice at 3-1. I always like to see that. That means somebody maybe at the barn put their $2 or $4 down. So we'll have to look and see how Flirtini looks on the track. Well-bred horse out of What the Hill, out of a Donato Hanover, the mare. So well-bred, and I think John Ryan Melsheimer does a great job for Melrose Stable bringing these horses around slowly. And it's not always the first person out that gets to the finish line. It's the horses that come out and maybe get some seasoning and finish up the season. But Flirtini very well supported in her maiden voyage, currently at 3-1. Third choice in the wagering, Queen Catherine W. Earl Owings trains, Richard Owings owns, Alex Hawk drives. This one is on 5-1 on the tote board. Those are your wagering choices.
Water truck is off the track now. Horses, a couple more horses will go warm up a little bit, and then they will gather together for the post parade.
These are horses warming up for some later races. Probably puts us a little bit more on delay here. Great crowd out here today. We've maintained that crowd throughout the program.
And this is one of those fairgrounds that everything takes place behind us. All the rides, all the food, all the 4-H exhibits, all the vendors are up behind us. You go up a hill and you can find everything up behind where the racetrack is. And as you can see, this is one of those unique places that has, we've got great sight lines here. Not a lot of stuff in the infield. Why? Because we got a football field in the infield.
The Caldwell Chiefs, I believe, right?
I believe that's right. The Chieftains, maybe, or Chiefs. Yeah. So they are play here on the Howard Duvall Memorial Field, and we are up in the Dale Jarrett Memorial Press Box. Then they also have the softball diamond is right there, and then if you look past the softball diamond, you can see the baseball field.
And if you look past that, you can see a swimming pool.
There you go.
They got a little bit of everything around here.
It's funny, you see these high school football games, if you're watching on cable television now, some of these schools, they're playing in, these 20,000-seat stadium with AstroTurf and everything, and, artificial grass, and you come here, and it's the old dirt.
Fashion grass.
Yep. Dirt field, grass. You got some patches where it's just dirt, and I'll tell you one thing, as a player, I would rather play on this and have fun, and if it was raining, it's even more fun.
Absolutely. That's when it's really fun. Speaking of fields, since I was on the Buffalo Bills field.
Okay, rub it in.
There's some kind of like black material underneath of it.
The ground up things.
I'm laying on the field with my son. I get up, I got all this pellets on me, and I push on it, and they pop through, and I'm like, what the heck has the world come to?
It's a bunch of, it's like ground up tires or some rubber pellets that, it's supposed to make it easier for these guys when they're landing so they're not getting hurt.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I felt like I was on. It was almost like a pillow that had a scrub board on it. I mean, it had a hard base, but it was like kind of like cushiony, but more like not cushiony where you would think like you're sinking in, more just like you could tell you were on something that was man-made.
Wasn't hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. Like, I don't know. The new stadium, is it the same, or are they going?
No, I'm not sure what they're. I think they're going with the artificial grass on it, but I'm not sure yet. They're working on that.
I would assume for where it's
as they call it.
geographically located, they would need something like that because I know Buffalo, once you get past October. So when I was recruited to play basketball in college, I always tell the story. It's a funny story. I grew up in Pittsburgh, and I had 3 choices to go to play basketball: Wheeling, Erie, or Edinburgh, which was close by there. So I'm heading up to go do a visit or whatever. We left Pittsburgh. It was October, probably like 50, 60 degrees. Got to Grove City. It was like 40s. Got to Edinburgh. It was snowing in the low 30s. And I'm like, I don't know about this up here. They said, oh, don't worry. You'll go home at Christmas. Okay, Wheeling Jesuit University. Here I come. So, yeah, it's a little different in those neck of the woods. So
it can get cold. So we get set for this post parade.
Still got one horse warming up. Mark Eicher's warming up his horse. I see just still on the track. So we got a couple that are still motoring around there, scoring down for some later races for sure.
And waiting on the number 1, Roy Burns and Fancy Prize, who just came on the track and will come to lead the post parade, but well behind the other horses.
We're back here tomorrow, folks, too. We've got 7 races tomorrow. A little bit more of a compact card, but not short on talent. We've got some nice horses racing tomorrow, so we'll be right back with you at 5 o'clock. Do we have other broadcasts going on today?
Yep, today we did. We had Mount Gilead today. Tomorrow we got a triple header.
Okay.
So we're here. We also have, we're kicking off the day, though, at Mount Gilead. Early card at Mount Gilead at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Post time, and then we're back here at 5, and then 6:30 at Van Wert.
And with that said, here's your horses for
June race 6, 2-year-old filly Trotters. Purse is $6,000. The one is Fancy Prize. Owned by Melissa and Roy Burns. Roy does the training and the driving. 2, Queen Catherine W., owned by Richard Owings. Earl Owings trains Alex Hawk in the sulky. 3, Madam Birdie, owned by Maddox and Wall. David Myers does the training and driving. 4, Flirtini, owned by Melrose Stable. John Ryan Milsheimer trains and drives. And the 5, Jailhouse Pearl, owned by Casey Clemens. Eric Nesselrode trains. Brady Clemens is in the bike. Your 1 to 5 favorite. Win, place, show, trifecta, Quinella wagering here in race 6.
Got some people commenting for Madam Birdie, rooting on the number 3 horse.
And let's take a look at this race number 6. The 1 horse, Fancy Prize. Roy Burns owns, trains, and drives. Co-owns with Melissa Burns. 0 for 8 on the season. Does have 1 second and 3 third-place finishes. So 4 of 8, $5,000 earned. Last time out, drew the rail at Salina. Did finish 5th. Prior to that, 2 back was a 4th-place finish. Gets the rail over here and should factor for a slice.
The number 3 is Queen Catherine W. Alex Hawk drives for Earl Owings. This is a long tom out of the Master Levesque mare, Queen of Levesque. Richard Owings is the owner. 7 starts, 1 third-place finish. Has been having a lot of problems with breaks. Has made breaks in 6 of the last races.
Number 3, Madam Birdie. If this was a beauty contest, she would win. Just a gorgeous-looking filly. This daughter of Volstead, 0 for 5 on the season, 2 second-place finishes, $3,500 in earnings. Has made a couple breaks, 2 back, 3 back. Last time out was flat. Stays flat again. Should get a piece of this.
The number 4, not much to tell you about Flirtini. It's her first career start. She's by What the Hill out of the mare Like to Dance by Donato Hanover. Melrose Stables owns and bred. John Ryan Melshiner drives and trains.
5-horse Jailhouse Pearl, Eric Nesselrode trains for Casey Clemens. Brady Clemens in the sulky. 7 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds. Just a complete professional horse, can race from on or off the trot. Last time out at Woodsfield, photo finish, very tight finish in those, did finish second. I wasn't sure if she'd even won that day. 2 back at Zanesville was a winner. 3 backs at Athens was a winner. 4 backs at Piketon was a winner. 5 backs at Marysville was a winner. Just doing a very good job, $18,000 in earnings. She's your current 2-5 wagering favorite, and deservedly so.
Currently sits 6th in points, the only winner in this field, so should be garnering most of the money, if not all of it.
Flirtini, for those that didn't get a chance to peek at her on the track, very well muscly put together horse, carrying a little bit of weight. Definitely sometimes you want to see that before a horse gets racing because they tend to lose weight as they start racing, but very well put together. Would not surprise me if she does factor here. We don't have much to go on from the lines, but continues to be the second wagering choice at 4-1. And we're going to send it up to the track announcer for call of race number 6.
For win number 5, Co 4-1 second choice, Queen Catherine W. and Flirtini. They're coming out of the turn and approaching the top of the stretch for the start here in race 6. Here they come. Ready, aim, fire in the 6th race. Queen Catherine W. went off stride after trying to leave for the early lead. Now taking over from the outside is Jailhouse Pearl, and Jailhouse Pearl takes the lead. Fancy Prize now second, going along in 3rd, Madam Birdie. 4th on the outside, Flirtini, and way back to that early breaker, but now back trotting is Queen Catherine W. as they motor up the back stretch. It is Jailhouse Pearl, Brady Clemens showing the way by 2. 2.5, now 3. Fancy Prize in second, 32-1 to that opening split. Back in 3rd, about 5 lengths back. Behind the leading duo is Madam Birdie, and about 7 lengths back in 4th to Flirtini, and about 12 back to that trailer. Queen Catherine W. as they motor off the turn and come in front of the grandstands and shake hands with the fans. It is Jailhouse Pearl with the lead. Fancy Prize is second, looking to the outside from 3rd, Madam Birdie.
105 and 3.
105 and 3 to the half, trying to move up on the outside from 4th, Flirtini. And the trailer just past that half-mile pole, Queen Catherine W. As they motor through the 3rd turn, past Arby's and head to the back stretch, Jailhouse Pearl with the lead. Second, 3 lengths back there is Fancy Prize. Another 3 lengths back at 3rd to Madam Birdie. 1.5 lengths in 4th to Flirtini. And about a football field, literally, back in last to Queen Catherine W.
136 and 4.
136 and 4 to 3/4, opening up on the lead. Jailhouse Pearl by 4.5, 5 as they turn for home. Fancy Prize clinging on to second, moving to the outside from 3rd, Madam Birdie. As they come through the stretch, it's all Jailhouse Pearl. Jailhouse Pearl shining here at the Noble County Fair. Second, Fancy Prize. 3rd, Madam Birdie. 4th, Flirtini. And coming to call here from last, Queen Catherine W.
207 and 2.
207 and 2 for Jailhouse Pearl.
207 and 2, unofficial 5-1-3, never in doubt. Jailhouse Pearl very prohibitive 2 to 5 favorite and worth every dollar of that 80 cents to $2 today. Never look back. I tell you, I've watched this horse race 3 or 4 times, and when she comes to the lane, she explodes. That's a great sign that you want to see a horse finishing up very well when she grows up and gets ready to go to the bigger pari-mutuel tracks, Scioto, Miami Valley, Dayton. You're going to see this horse only move forward. And nice professional effort today. Really didn't face any competition. Fancy Prize, Roy Burns doing a good job with his stable today, getting a lot of minor awards. This horse sat second, held second, and Madam Birdie saved the show honors here. 5-1-3 unofficial. No doubt about the winner. Eric Nesselrod, Casey Clemens, and Brady Clemens are on their way to the winner's circle with Jailhouse Pearl.
8 for 8 hitting the board, 5th win of the year.
Just a nice horse and a future star in Ohio in the making for sure, in my opinion.
And the purse today, I'll take the earnings up over $20,000.
Official rundown here in race 6, Fancy Prize.
Second, Queen Catherine W. 5th, Madam Birdie 3rd, Flirtini 4th, and Jailhouse Pearl, your race winner.
Crowd waiting to get in the winner's circle. And here comes Brady Clemens with your winner around. Haven't seen the golf cart yet.
Up top of the stretch, bringing some folks this way. They're usually very well represented.
Stand for that blanket presentation in memory of Jerry Davis is the winner of race 6, number 5, Jailhouse Pearl, 2-year-old Bay Filly by Long Tom out of the Jailhouse Jessie Mare, Jailhouse Broad, owned by Casey Clemens of Malta, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode, the winning trainer. Brady Clemens, the winning driver. Jailhouse Pearl's 5th career victory, 5th win on the year, taking the mile today in 2:07.2.
Crowd giving a big round of applause for the 5.
Horsemen, just a reminder, please get those horses to the track for race 7. Horses to the track for race 7, please.
There is your winner, Jailhouse Pearl.
Charles Neff. Charles Neff drives the 4-hour Aurora here in race 7.
So we got a driver change there. Charles Neff will drive the number 4. Was that it, Don?
Yes. Yep. In the race 7.
Pretty cool. You are keeping track.
Race number 6 is official. 280 to win. $3 to place. We keep getting these anomaly place tickets and stuff here. The one horse fancy prize, 280 to place, 260 to show on everybody across the board, no matter which one of those animals you had. 513 all place 260. 860 try, 320 Quinella. Takes us to race number 7. Race number 7, we've only got one change in your program. Our Aurora will now be driven by Charles Neff. Charles Neff will drive the 4-horse Our Aurora. We'll tell you a little bit more about that race after these important messages.
Located in southeastern Ohio, Noble is the youngest and one of the smallest counties in the entire state. Formed from parts of surrounding areas, Noble was officially founded in 1851. Just 1 year later, the annual Noble County Fair would begin. It quickly became one of the most attended events in the area. There were 2 big attractions in the early years of the Noble County Fair. Hot air balloons were popular when the fair was still held in Sarahsville. Records show that races were held and parachuters would leap from the flying balloons. Animals such as dogs and monkeys would also take the occasional ride. Harness racing was the other main attraction. Originally, the competing horses had to be owned by local residents to be eligible. The track was only 1/4 mile long, and horses had to complete the mile in under 4 minutes. The first grandstand was finally constructed in 1922 when the present Fairgrounds was purchased. Today, the Noble County Fair in Caldwell is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 evenings of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Welcome back to the Noble County Fair. I'm Don Tiger with Frank Froz. We're bringing you 9 action-packed races over here. We've got 6 in the books. We still got 3 to go. Takes us into race number 7, which is 2-year-old filly Pacers, the second division for a juicy purse of $64.55. 5 horses here, all go to the gate. All will score on the gate. We've got 1 rider change on the 4-horse R Aurora. Make the driver Charles Neff. Charles Neff will drive the 4-horse R Aurora. And here's your post parade.
Seventh race, 2-year-old filly Pacers, second division, purse of $6,455. Number 1 is Lost in the Night. Owned by Hopper and Gray. Steve Carter trains. David Young the second drives. The 2, Eat My Pixie Dust. Owned by Melrose Stable. John Ryan Melsheimer trains and drives. 3 is Fear Miss America, owned by Frank Johnson. Earl Owings trains. Alex Hawk drives. 4, Our Aurora, owned by Clark, Arledge, and Thompson. Dustin Arledge trains. Charlie Neff does the driving. And the 5 is Miss Dragon, owned by Melissa Sword. Larry Six does the training. Chuck Bolin chuckles in the sulky. Field of 5 here in race 7. They'll go to the gate after 1 score.
There is your field for the 7th.
There's your field for the 7th. Let's give you a rundown here. The 1-horse, Lost in the Night. Stephen Carter trains for owners Hopper and Gray. Has been another horse that's been a stalwart on this circuit. 3 straight wins, 5 of 11 on the season, 3 seconds, 1/3, 9 of 11 so far this season, $17,000 in earnings, a mark of 202 at Piketon. And Amber Young, I did get your message. I do got a T-shirt for you.
There you go. Last race, we didn't have much on Flirtini. We don't have much on Eat My Pixie Dust either. John Ryan Melsheimer drives and trains. This is a Bring on the Beach out of the Towner's Big Guy mare, One Wild Woman. Melrose Stables owns and bred. Eat My Pixie Dust making its first career start.
We like to call those paid workouts and paid qualifiers, which takes us to the 3. Fear Miss America. Earl Owings trains for owner Frank Johnson. Alex Hawk in the sulky today. 0 for 6 on the season. Does have 1 third-place finish. Been around the ticket. Last time out at Woodsfield, the Overland route came first up, faded to 4th. 2 back for that. Tried cutting them out and faded to 4th. Horses showing hints of ability here. And currently 8-1 on the tote board, and with Alex Hawk driving would be a nice wagering proposition.
The number 4 is R Aurora. Charles Neff drives for Dustin Arledge. This is a Catch the Fire out of the mare Donna Marie by McArdle. Gregory Clark of Grove City, Dustin Arledge, and Mary Thompson own. They are also the breeders of R Aurora. 5 starts, still looking to hit the board for the first time. Has earned over $500 in those 5 starts.
5-horse Miss Dragon. Larry Six trains for Melissa Sword. Charles Bolin in the sulky today. Miss Dragon 0 for 6 on the season. Does have a second, does have a third, and $2,300 in earnings. Qualified last time out at Scioto Downs. Prior to that last fair effort was at Athens, all the way back on August 2nd. Qualified a nice zippy time, 59-4 over at Scioto. Short field, things haven't really been closing, but this one has a little bit of talent.
So that's a look at our 7th. Don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow. We got a triple header for you tomorrow. We'll kick it off with Mount Gilead at 11, here at 5, and then Van Wert at 6:30.
So if you like grass rates harness ring, that's basically from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah. A short little break to get something to eat, maybe between like 4 and 5 or 3 and 5.
You know what that has written all over it? Dave Myrick.
Oh, Dave. There you go. There you go.
Dave joining us today from Florida.
Dave gets a short break on tomorrow, but other than that, he'll be with us all the other hours. So
there you go.
Last look at the tote action. Lost in the night 4-5 with David Young in the sulky, and we're going to send it up to the track announcer for call race number 7.
From the rail out, we have Lost in the Night, Eat My Pixie Dust, Fear Miss America, Our Aurora, and Miss Dragon. They're at the head of the stretch. Gates picking up speed for the 7th race. Here they come. They're off and pacing from the inside. Lost in the night in between horses. Fear Miss America far outside Miss Dragon. They're firing on all cylinders here into the first turn. Lost in the night with that early lead. On the outside is Miss Dragon coming to call. Third there is Fear Miss America. Then we come back to 4th, Eat My Pixie Dust. And about 8 lengths back in last to Our Aurora. Charlie Neff could see them all. Taking over the lead, Miss Dragon. Chuckles got there as they go by that quarter-mile pole.
30-1.
30-1 for that opening quarter. Miss Dragon showing the way, but now back on the outside. Lost in the night. Does not want to get lost here and takes back over the lead in the turn. Back to second, Miss Dragon. Back along in the inside third, Fear Miss America. As they go along there, Eat My Pixie Dust is 4th. And Our Aurora can trail the field here and see them all as they motor in front of the grandstands and come to the half. Lost in the night with the lead. Miss Dragon second.
101-1.
101-1 to that half. In third, under whip urging, is Fear Miss America. Going along in 4th, Eat My Pixie Dust. Trying to catch the field, Our Aurora. They motor through the third turn and head to the back stretch. Lost in the night with the lead by a length. Miss Dragon is still second. 3 lengths back now in third to Fear Miss America. In 4th, Eat My Pixie Dust. And about 50 yards back in last, we come back to Our Aurora. 131-4 to 3/4. Lost in the night. We'll look to see it through. Now sliding off the pegs here as they come through that turn is Miss Dragon. Back in third is Fear Miss America. Then Eat My Pixie Dust and Our Aurora. They come into the stretch. It is Lost in the Night. David Young looking to be the first driver to double up here today, and he's going to do it. Lost in the Night, down to the 50, down to the 40, touchdown. Second, Miss Dragon. Third, Fear Miss America. 202-4.
There you go. 202-4 for your winner. David Young becomes the first driver to double up today.
First driver to double up today, and again, just very proud of David and the way he's driving. Ross County's rejoicing in their prize here. David Young just doing a great job. Wanted the front end, couldn't. 5-horse Miss Dragon could not get in a tuck there, was stuck outside, so Dave just grabbed up, let the 5 clear, much like he did in the previous race with Miss Maddie P. Came right back around, took the lead, never seized it from there. Lines were just sitting there as dangling as he was coming into the wire. Nice, easy, professional win. Miss Dragon did hold on for a game second. Very well driven there by Chucky Bolin. 153, unofficial.
Lost in the night. 153. Your top 3 here in the 7th.
There you go, 153, your top 3 here in the 7th. We'll get the rundown from Ken Terpenning in a second. Waiting for your winner. Lost in the Night to make the way back around to the winner's circle. Brad Conrad down below getting everybody ready for the win photo.
Lost in the Night, your race winner. Eat My Pixie Dust, 4th. Fear at Miss America, 3rd. Our Aurora, 5th. Miss Dragon, 2nd. 1-4-3-5-2. On the bottom.
So
Stands is the official winner of race 7, number 1, Lost in the Night. 2-year-old brown filly by Lost in Time of the Art Major mare, Alanade Hanover, owned by Brent Hopper of Nicholasville, Kentucky, and Kyle Gray of Xenia, Ohio. Driven to victory is Driving Double for David Young II, Lost in the Night's 6th career win. Taking the mile today in 2:02 and 4.
6th win of the year for Lost in the Night.
Horsemen, get your horses to the track for the 8th. Horses to the track for the 8th race. Fans
It's our first sighting of Ben Lindsay today. And a former outstanding groom of the year for the OHHA. They're at the head of the horse.
Lost in the Night.
David Young II with a driving double. Steve Carter with a training double here today. Congratulations.
There is your winner. David Young II hops back in the bike and will now head back to the barn area.
$153 unofficial, $320, $240, $260, $3, $260, $260 show on the 3. Very popular returns there. $3 Cornell, and it looks like a 6 and some change trifecta there. Small compact field of 5 with a prohibitive favored winning. Very much expected. So that takes that race number 7 into the books. Kicks us to race number 8 in the 8th race on John Lemon. Make the driver Derek Wadaker. Derek Wadaker will now drive the 3-horse John Lemon. We'll tell you a little bit more about that race after these brief messages.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Welcome back to the Noble County Fair in Caldwell, Ohio. I'm Don Tiger and Frank Frost for the OHHA. We're bringing you 9 exciting races over here. We've got 7 in the book, still 2 more to go. Takes us to race number 8, which is 3-year-old Colt Trotters. This is the 2nd division going for $6,000. Compact field of 5. All 5 contestants will get a check in here. Only one program change for you, the 3-horse John Lemon. Make the driver Derek Wadaker. Derek Wadaker will drive the 3, John Lemon. And here is your horses.
Looks like we have all 5 on the track. The only problem is one's way at the front, and they're going to throw it up anyway.
Eighth race, Trotters, second division, 3-year-old Colts and Geldings, purse of $6,000 on the line. Number 1 is De La Grande, owned by Cheryl Vigneron. Charles Vigneron trains. Brady Clemens in the bike. Number 2, Block Island Sound, owned and trained by Mike Sowers. Alex Hawk in the sulky. Number 3 is John Lemon, owned by Rooks and Van Roden. Ty Van Roden trains. Derek Wadaker gets the call. The 4 is Race Day, owned and trained by Rosie Weaver, Drew Neal. And the 5 is Arch Hill, owned by Melrose Stable, John Ryan Melsheimer, trains and drives. Field of 5 here in race 8.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover.
Wagering, get those wagers in. Horses will score down and then go right to the gate. Horse.
Wide open betting board here. The favorite currently the 2-horse Block Island Sound at 8-5. Longest shots on the board. Your co-choices would be the 1 De La Grande and the 5 Arch Hill. Let's tell you a little bit about this race. The 1-horse De La Grande, Charles Vigneron trains, Cheryl Vigneron owns. Brady Clemens in the sulky here today. This horse is 0 for 13 on the season. Does have 2 third-place finishes and has picked up $6,200. Added Lasix 2-back. That's always a big plus, typically speaking. This horse also shows a score in the qualifier, 59-2 earlier in the meet at the Meadows. So obviously some talent there. Shows some breaks, but draws the rail. Got the right pilot and the right price. This horse could factor.
The number 2 is Block Island Sound. Alex Hawk drives for Mike Sowers, who also owns this Long Tom out of Montauk Point by Conway Hall. Has hit the board in 5 of 9 this year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, lifetime 5 wins and 22 starts, earnings of $35,828, has won the last 2.
3-horse John Lemon, Ty Van Roden trains for owner Scott Rooks and Ty Van Roden. Driver change today, Derek Wadaker. Derek Wadaker will drive. This is another horse that added Lasix 3-backs. Been racing mainly at the parimutuel tracks at Scioto. Last time out was 2nd at the head of the stretch, broke stride unfortunately that day. Prior to that was 7th, and then 3-back was a winner by 2 in 58-3. That's the lone score of the year for John Lemon. Definitely a factor again here today. First start at the fairs for a while. This horse did race at Piketon, 5-back, and at Washington Courthouse, 6-back, but currently second choice at 2-1.
The number 4 is Race Day. Drew Neal drives for Rosie Weaver, who owns this creatine out of the Credit Winner mare I Love You Like a Love Song. Has hit the board in 10 of 14 with 3 wins, lifetime 4 wins and 24 starts. Has a mark of 201 in 2. Took that at Carrollton. Last time it was a winner, though, was over a month ago at Marysville on July 21st. Has 6 straight second-place finishes.
5-horse Arch Hill, trained and driven today by John Ryan Melsheimer, owned and bred by Melrose Stables. Only 0 for 1 on the season, but that race at Woodsfield I was at, this horse drew the rail that day. Got away pretty good and then kind of got a little bit sideways and made a break, but showed some nice trot on the racetrack when was trotting, and recovered very nicely in that effort too to pace or trot a last quarter, 29-2 that day. I think there's some hidden talent here, and as we talked about on our other races, Melsheimer slowly bringing his horses along. I think this one has some upside, and currently 5-1. And with that said, we're going to send it up to Ken for the call of race number 8.
And Block Island Sound, John Lemon, Race Day, and Arch Hill. Field of 5 at the head of the stretch. Trotters are coming to you. Through the stretch they come, and they're off and trotting. Race Day racing early here, goes for the early lead. Along the inside, De La Grande, in between horses, trying to stay trotting there is Block Island Sound, back and forth. John Lemon, and then we come back to Arch Hill. They motor through that turn and head to the back stretch for the first time. It's Race Day and Drew Neal. In second, De La Grande closing that gap up now and is only a length and a half back of the leader. In third, we come back to Block Island Sound. Fourth to John Lemon, 30-3 to that opening quarter. And then Arch Hill could see them all as they go through that second turn. And it is Race Day with a length and a half lead over De La Grande in second. They motor off that turn now, and they'll straighten up here in front of the grandstands. Race Day showing the way. Trying to break that second-itis streak here. Race Day with the lead. In second, De La Grande. Third to Black Island Sound moving to the outside. 101-1 to the half. Now second over, but going off stride went Arch Hill. Arch Hill made a break. Also making a break was John Lemon. John Lemon on a wild gallop there in fourth. As they motor off that turn and they'll head to the back stretch. It is Race Day showing the way by a length. In second, De La Grande. Trying to close the gap up in third, Block Island Sound. About 30 yards back there to John Lemon, who's now back trotting. And then also back trotting Arch Hill, trying to close up from last.
134-4.
134-4 to 3/4, and they're three wide and winging in the turn. Race Day getting tackled on the outside. De La Grande also moving up. Block Island Sound, who's three wide as they come to the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Race Day on the lead. Center of the track, De La Grande. Further out on the outside, Block Island Sound, but it's Race Day. Donna gets the winner.
204 flat.
204 flat here in race 8.
Race 8, unofficial 4-1-2, Race Day. Drew Neal made every pole, winning one, left confidently from the outside. And this horse, as the track announcer Ken had stated, a lot of second-itis. 6 straight second-place finishes. You have to go 7 back when this horse won at Carrollton, but a winner back again today, trotting impressively 204. Around a turn, it looked like this one got a little, I don't know whether leg weary or weights on horses a little bit, not sure, but both De La Grande and Block Island Sound looked like they were going to start engaging this one and might go by, but Drew Neal stayed busy, stayed confident, and actually this one was drawn away at the wire and is going to return a nice $10 mutual as this horse was 4-1 today. Well driven, and that's going to be 4 wins and 15 starts to go with second place finishes. That's 11 for 15, first or second. $25,000 earned. Nice season so far for Race Day.
Drew Neal timed that gate perfectly as they left and went to the lead and really never looked back at all. They went 3 wide around that final turn, but he was in command the entire way. And here comes your winner back to the winner's circle.
De La Grande second, Block Island Sound was third, John Lemon fourth. Race Day, your race winner, Arch Hill fifth. Top down 2, 3, 4, 1, 5 on the bottom, 204 flat. And returning trackside here, grandstand side, is your official winner for race 8, and that is Race Day. 3-year-old black gelding by Creatine. Out of the credit winner mare, I Love Like a Love Song. Owned and trained from Beach City, Ohio by Rosie Weaver. Drew Neal gets a driving double here today with Race Day. 204 flat.
Blanket presentation by HL Oilfield Services, Robert and Linda Hessen.
There is your winner, Race Day. By Creatine.
Horses to the track for the 9th and final.
So one more left to go here from Caldwell.
Still waiting for the official prices. We've got at least a $10 mutual on the 4. We'll see how this horse pays to place, but the place tickets have been paying very good. There you go again. $10.40 to win, $4.60 to place, $3 a show. One horse, De La Grande, a nice $10.20 to place, $5.40 to show. 2 horse, your betting favorite, Block Island Sound, does pay $3 to show. Try 4 all. If you're on track and you had the 4 on top, you cashed a ticket. Anything underneath, same thing with the Quinella, 4 all or 1 all, those pay as well. So those are your pari-mutuel results for race number 8. Takes us into our finale, our getaway feature, race number 9. 7 horses signed on here. We do got 2 changes. Hillbilly Fairy Tale will now be driven by Christian Myers. Christian Myers will drive the 3-horse Hillbilly Fairy Tale. The 4-horse Ferry Fierro, Brady Clemens. Brady Clemens will now drive the 4-horse Ferry Fierro. All 7 horses will stay in here signed on. Both the 6 and the 7 will trail from the second tier. We're going to step away, and we'll be back to bring you race number 9.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, race horses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's.
Welcome back to the Caldwell County Fair. Welcome back to the Noble County Fair in Caldwell, Ohio.
Caldwell.
Yeah, I get tongue twisters there, but it's a long day, but we've had a little bit of delays, but we're happy to bring you the 9th because everyone knows, these are my favorites. Free-for-allers going for $1,500, 7 horses signed on. Get to see all kinds of different things in here. You get to see old men, you get to see young men. We've got a 13-year-old horse, a 5-year-old horse, 11-year-old, a 4-year-old mare, an 8-year-old mare, a 6-year-old gelding, a 7-year-old mare. It's just great because it's a culmination of these people that really enjoy grassroots racing.
And you see horses that have earned $400,000, $200,000, and then you got one that's earned $10,000.
Yep. They come from all walks of life, and you don't know where they're going to be because, like, you get a horse like, let's just take a look at the 4-horse Fierro. This 4-year-old mare, she only got 1 win lifetime. But her stake season of 2- and 3-year-olds have passed. So what's the best thing to do is kind of get your feet wet a little bit on the fair circuit, get a horse going again. Fred Boyd owns and trains this horse. For Fred, I'm sure it's something enjoyable to get up in the morning, full round and do. Horse does have mark at 56 over at Scioto. Fast horse. I mean, pacing some nice miles, has the horse in affiliate mare, nowhere can do condition claimer. I'm sure after this race or after the fair season, she'll go back there. So it's just nice. It's nice to see these horses out here. You see all kinds of walks of life, like a Crusoe Hanover, Joe Yoder, Rosie Weaver, second trainer. 13-year-old horse. He owns this horse. Horse still has a couple years of racing left. $461,000 to mark 51-1 at Northfield. This horse scored down very aggressively at Woodsfield. Not as much so today, maybe because he knows he has the pole, currently your 8-5 favorite. But again, this is what's fun about this kind of race is you get to see all walks of life, and that's why I've always liked it.
Waiting for one more to come out on the track, and then we will be set to go with our finale tonight. We'll be back here again tomorrow, 5 o'clock, 7 race card for you, but the big question is, will the ambulance be on time? That's going to be the big wagers.
They're handling that here at the local bookmakers, currently 6-5, 7-5. No is favored at 3-5, 4-5, but you'll have to talk to your local bookmakers for those odds.
And will we have rain? That's the other thing.
I didn't check the forecast.
No rain.
Okay,
no,
so we're looking
no
good.
Yeah,
okay,
we're looking good tomorrow.
Okay.
But we are at Caldwell, so you never know for sure. So
kind of neat. If you look over there into the horizon, you start to see the changing of colors of the trees. It's hard to believe, but fall is near. So
I know.
you can see some red over there, a little bit of yellow, and it's that time of seeing in the northeast to start seeing the leaves change. And here's your horses.
For all, $1,500 purse on the line. Field of 7, number 1, Crusoe Hanover. Owned by Joseph Yoder, trained by Rosie Weaver. Joe Yoder does the driving. Number 2, Sundance Lou, owned, trained, and driven by David Young II. Number 3, Hillbilly Fairy Tale, owned by Myers and Stevenson. Charles Myers trains, Christian Myers drives. 4 is Ferree Fierro, owned and trained by Fred Boyd. Brady Clemens gets the assignment. 5, Miss Gracie, owned by Lori Farnes Smith. Marlon Smith trains. Daniel Ireton in the bike. The 6 is Cowie Knott, starting from the second tier. Owned and trained by David Miller. Derek Wadaker gets the call. And the 7, Busy Being Bad, also starting from the second tier. Owned, trained, and driven by Mark Eicher. Fantastic free-for-all field here. Crusoe Hanover, 52 wins in his career, $461,000 in earnings to take on 6 other challengers. Good luck. Just a reminder, fans, we are back in action tomorrow night.
7-race program on tap tomorrow for day 2.
We got a lot to give you, so let's go through these horses. The 1 horse, Crusoe Hanover, Rosie Weaver trains. Joe Yoder drives and owns this youngster. Nah, it's a jest. It's not a youngster. 13 years young, 7 of 21 this season. 52 for 339 lifetime in the winner's circle. 481,000. Mark of 55-1 this season at Northfield. Nice second running effort at Woodsfield. Looks to compound off that and is your current second choice at 5-2.
The number 2 is Sundance Lou. David Young II drives. He also owns and trains this Sunshine Beach. It's a 5-year-old gelding out of Dancing Barefoot. 25 starts, a win, a second, 2 thirds. One of those thirds came last time out in the Signature Series at Woodsfield. Made a break at the start, but was able to rally and finish third in 2:04.
3 horse Hillbilly Fairy Tale, your current 8-5 favorite. I've said this many times. If you want to look like a professional racehorse should look physically, all you have to do is look at this horse on the track. Perfectly well built. 11-year-old son of Ponderosa gelding. 8 starts this year, 4 wins, 1 second, 2 thirds, 7 of 8 on the board. 14,000 already made. Had a mark this earlier this season at Woodstock, 54. 239 lifetime starts, 31 wins, 38 places, 30 shows. Professional racehorse and your deserved favorite.
The number 4 is Ferree Fierro. Brady Clemens drives. Fred Boyd is the trainer and owns. 9 starts this year, has a win. That came earlier at Scioto Downs. Lifetime earnings of just under $11,000.
5 horse Miss Gracie, one of 3 fillies in the race, and just a beautiful horse, actually a roan. You don't see tons of these ones. This horse is 0 for 11 on the season. Marlon Smith trains for Laura Furness. Daniel Ireton in the sulky. Currently an outsider at 5-1.
The number 6 is Cowie Knott. Derek Wadaker drives for David Miller, who owns the Southwind Lynx. 12 starts, still looking for that first win of the year. Did not race as a 4-year-old.
The third of the 3 mares in the race, Buzzy Being Bad. Mark Eicher owns, trains, and drives. Buzzy Being Bad, last time out at Woodsfield, did finish 4th. Prior to that at Zanesville was 4th as well. 0 for 6 on the season. This filly does have 3 wins and 52 lifetime starts. She's still learning the game. She's only 7 years old and will be around for a while.
They looked like they were heading behind the gate, but the gate stopped, and some of them decided to take a lap around the old softball diamond or the baseball diamond out there.
Yeah, current wagering favorite, the 3 horse Hillbilly Fairy Tale, even money. The only thing I think hurts this one a little bit is not as much of a front runner. This horse has always been more of an off the pace. We'll see how young Christian Myers drives this one today. But they're heading to the gate. We're going to send it up to Ken for the call of the getaway feature, race number 9.
Gracie, Cowie Knott from the second tier, as well as Busy Being Bad. They're at the head of the stretch. The gate is beginning to pick up speed for the 9th and final. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Sundance Lou and Hillbilly Fairy Tale trying for the lead. Getting away third is Crusoe Hanover. And moving up on the outside there into fourth is Ferry Fierro. Back at fifth is Busy Being Bad. That one made a break and is off stride. Also making a break there momentarily was Ms. Grace C. Now moving into fifth there is Cowie Knott as they motor up the back stretch. On the lead, we have Hillbilly Fairy Tale now moving up on the outside. In 30 and 4 to that opening quarter. Crusoe Hanover trying to challenge for the lead. On the inside, Hillbilly Fairy Tale battling on as they motor through that turn. Going along there in the pocket is David Young II with Sundance Lou as they motor in front of the grandstands here. Cheer on the free-for-all Pacers, folks. It is Crusoe Hanover on the outside. Hillbilly Fairy Tale on the inside.
101 and 3.
101 and 3 to that half. Then we have Sundance Lou and Ferry Fierro. Taking a bad step in the turn there with Crusoe Hanover. Crusoe Hanover now backing through the field. It is off stride. Now challenging also off stride there down the backstretch with the two, Sundance Lou. And they're battling up front. It is Hillbilly Fairy Tale on the inside. On the outside, Ferry Fierro.
131 and 1.
131 and 1 3/4. Who do you like here? Hillbilly Fairy Tale or Ferry Fierro? Back on the inside now in third as they motor through that turn is Derek Wadaker and Cowie Knott. But as they turn to the Boulevard of Broken Dreams for one final time on day one on the inside, Hillbilly Fairy Tale trying to make it a reality. Hillbilly Fairy Tale ends the story here in race 9. Ferry Fierro second, third Cowie Knott. Final time of that mile, 2:01 flat.
Race 9 finishes the card over on day 1 at Caldwell for the Noble County Fair. Hillbilly Fairy Tale picks up the 32nd career win. Did not fool any of the local bettors here today as they sent this horse off the 3-5 wagering choice. Took every shot that they could take at this one. This one went to the lead. They made a bold move at the half. Crusoe Hanover did that. It was repelled by Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Who drew off in the lane. Just a perfectly done job training by Charles Myers. Nice to see Hillbilly Fairy Tale still racing. I'm sure at the end of the meet, Woodstock opens in Virginia. This horse will be back down there after the fair circuit. But nice win, 5th of 9 now on the season. Picks up another $750. And believe me when I tell you, this is important for the Myers family, these wins. So 3, 4, 6 unofficial. Nice race by Fierro too. This Fred Boyd horse made a bold move and hung in there really good late to finish second. Rounding out the tries, Cowie Knott from the second tier. That David Miller trainee did well as well. 3, 4, 6, 2:01 flat.
So Hillbilly Fairy Tale picks up the win, making his way back to the front of the grandstand.
2:01 flat. Hillbilly Fairy Tale taking race 9. Once again, fans, we are back in.
So 9 in the books. Nice day of racing today.
Phenomenal way of racing. For an encore, we're going to come back tomorrow and do it all again with 6 action-packed races. 7 action-packed races.
And one of them's a free-for-all, I believe.
Trot, yeah.
There you go.
I love that free-for-all.
There we go. Here comes your winner, Hillbilly Fairy Tale. We were talking about the different namings, and, you know, Hillbilly is one of those that always see that at the front of some horses.
Yeah, that's the Myers clan. Stevenson, they name all these horses with that. They've had Hillbilly Fairy Tale, Hillbilly Pacing Tail, a bunch of them.
A blanket presentation by the main attraction, Jane Webster. is the 3, Hillbilly Fairy Tale, 11-year-old bay gelding by the Ponderosa, out of the Better's Delight mare Cinderella Hanover, owned by Charles Myers of Houston, Pennsylvania, Randy and Theodora Stevenson of Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania. Charles Myers, the winning trainer. Christian Myers in for a driving double here today. Hillbilly Fairy Tale's 32nd career win, taking the mile today in 2:01 flat.
So there is your winner, coming back to the winner's circle.
Uncle Dave turned the lines over to nephew Christian, and he got the job done for the Myers clan here. Nice professional effort, 340 win, 260 to place, 210 to show, 680 to place on the 4-horse, 280 to show, 260 on the 6-horse.
So that'll do it. Another good day of racing here.
Excellent day of racing. Thanks, everybody, for following along with us tomorrow. We're going to be back tomorrow, again, 5 p.m. post. We've got 7 races to you. For Don Tiger and Frank Froz, on behalf of all the OHHA, we thank you for listening today. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.